Bust down, Pantheonas. What's going on? Happy Thursday.
All the way
What, what,
down,
what, what,
down,
what-
downtown, Browntown, Clown.
Okay. Browntown was just slightly crazy, only a little bit crazy. Uh, what's going
Well,
on, folks?
you know what's pink, right?
Where are we going with
No,
this?
there's a St. Louis rapper.
Oh, okay. All right, gotcha.
We're talking
Oh,
about strawberry ice cream. Everybody, relax. Hi, everybody. How we doing? How's
what
people?
up? What up? What up? What up? What up?
We got to talk about Ryan Coogler. You know what I want to talk about the most right now is Ryan Joseph Coogler.
The
Him.
Netflix deal.
Yeah,
For sure. No, a lot of stuff. Supergirl, an awesome Spider-Man trailer. That shit was heat. I have questions. Um, yeah, packed list. We got the verses going on. If you hear some random Pretty Ricky or B2K, it might be coming from the next room because the verses is on the big screen. So
but I'm having
that's going
difficulties, and I
on.
don't know if that was him or me. But we got a versus going on. Versus between who and who?
Pretty Ricky and B2K.
Oh,
Pretty Ricky and B2K. It's while I was sitting over here waiting to get going, it was kind of keeping me entertained. So it's definitely
but
going
does
down there.
Pretty Ricky have 20 songs?
Hey man, I don't know what's up with y'all and it's Pretty Ricky doubting, but they started with Grind on Me. Okay? Like that's how much confidence they had walking into that building. So I'll have to
Wait,
play the whole thing back. But
you're supposed to start your verses with a medium song, not one of your hot songs?
well, I'm just saying for Pretty Ricky to have so little, as everybody keeps bringing up, like, oh man, I don't know if they got enough. I don't know if they got enough. They sure did start with a smacker. You know what I mean?
Yeah, more people watch the beginning. You're a YouTuber. No one sticks around to the end of the stream, so they just want to
Yeah,
entertain them.
I think they want to win though, right? Don't you want to win the verses? Don't you want to win the battle? You're
What
right
was your
though. Most people
favorite
are watching in the
verses?
beginning. My favorite,
It has to be Locks
object.
versus Dipset.
Nah. My personal favorite was Gucci Man versus Jeezy. Like that's a personal favorite that will live in my mind forever.
I
I think.
apologize, Marcus. I did not watch that one.
Oh my goodness, it was a classic. It was the one where there was actual real beef. Like we might fight, other than maybe cash money and no limit. But like the Gucci Man Jeezy one was like there's been blood spilt between these men. So it was legendary to see.
I remember hearing about it, so yeah, good to see that.
Mhm.
You know who had a trash one? Nelly and Ludacris had a trash one. DMX and Snoop Dogg had a trash one because they were in the studio. Um, but Nelly and Ludacris was just like two guys on a webcam. It was weird.
Yeah, that was in the very early days of verses when it was still conceptual. Like they was just we was just hopping on we were just I think T-Pain did a verses with somebody on a virtual side before we were allowed to come out of our homes and see human beings again. Um
I don't know that that'll happen, but Chris Brown and R. Kelly, Chris Brown and
yeah, see,
Marcus Houston,
I think they'll R. Kelly, he gonna do it from jail.
Neo. It'll be Neo. Neo
Yeah,
and Chris
Chris
Brown will
Brown
be
and
good.
Neo.
Because
I
Neo
think
songwrites too.
yeah, no, he has a lot that he could play. Neo would be a hard out for sure. I think the problem they're going to have with like A-list talent for today is pay, because you basically asking them to put on a concert of their greatest hits. And right now, at least the way Swiss and Timberland are doing it, they're not offering a very big purse for that type of performance. So they'll struggle to get a Chris Brown versus Usher. Like that would be a versus for the ages. But again, you basically asking Chris Brown and Usher, who are both still in their touring primes, to put on a concert of their greatest hits for a couple $1,000. So it's not for everybody financially. It doesn't make sense for them to put their product on the line for such a cheap amount if that's what it's going for.
But they could make it though. They could find the dollars with Chris Brown and Usher, and they could like
I
I
think
don't know
so.
sell
If
it.
they put on an actual concert, like for sure. First of all, we was talking about this the other day. How is there not already not like a yearly versus tour? Like, all right, we're gonna do the verses virtually, and then we're gonna have a tour where we come back and have everybody who did the verses this year, and we're gonna tour around the country. How is that not a thing already? How are we not already getting those dollars?
Yeah, that'd be a good idea. Generate hype for each other.
Yeah. Everything costs now. Sadly, nobody does anything simply for the culture anymore. That's a fact. That's a fact. I mean, this is basically out of Cameron's mouth how all of this is set up. Like, it's not enough money involved for you to really ask A-list talent. Like he did it with Dipset, you know, when they went against the Locks, but I don't see him ever doing that again. Right? Like especially not where he's at right now um with the show and everything. Like he's up right now, so
Groups
people
are
like
the
to cash in when they
best.
can.
I don't like singles. I think having a group of people, so maybe rock bands could get involved. Oh, Wu Tang versus G Unit, that'd be nice.
I would watch that, but they got beef in their camp too. It's like, can they
Hmm.
get everybody together and be copacetic? But yeah, no, I would watch the Wu versus G
Is that
Unit.
a fair group though to put Wu Tang against G Unit? Is there someone more formidable?
So I mean, if we
NWA,
so G Unit includes everybody in G Unit, so we can use 50s, we can use all of their
Olivia,
albums. You got Banks, you got a lot of music from
and
Banks.
we got Olivia.
Uh, yeah, and we got Olivia. We got Olivia.
So Ryan Coogler. So this dude
Yeah.
went from a deal with Disney Plus to a deal with Netflix. He
Mhm.
went from I'm gonna be seen by nobody to everybody. Now the only reason he was with Disney Plus had to have been because the Ironheart show was proximity media and like the superhero stuff was cool, right? Didn't
Mhm.
Proximity also do the 4 episode animated that nobody watched? What was it called? Eyes of Wakanda.
Eyes of Wakanda. Yeah, no, ain't nobody watch that.
So now you're gonna be on Netflix. And my biggest request from Ryan, if he's watching, please, can you make the thumbnail on these Netflix shows, something that doesn't perpetuate negativity? Because everyone's on Netflix, everybody, and whether they watch your show or not, while they're skimming through the thumbnails, just have maybe a father smiling and the title of the show. I'm just saying, think about that
Y-
because you were a victim of what happened with Black Panther 1, where the character had his face covered on the poster because of internationally they wouldn't do well or whatever the reasons were, whatever lies they would tell you. Maybe not perpetuate any stereotypes. That's all I'm saying, Ryan. He's not
Yeah,
watching.
yeah, he's not watching, and also I don't know about that. But what I will say is that this is another opportunity for him to really dig into his bag, right? Something outside of a franchise, something outside of a established IP. He can kind of dig his teeth into something original and then and showcase what his personal viewpoint is, right? Not necessarily playing within the confines of somebody else's work. The tropey stuff though that you're talking about, I don't that may just kind of be part of his style at this point. But that doesn't mean that we can't get a good product in spite of some of the some of that judgment. Like I said, Sinners was a hit, regardless of any distasteful stereotypes or narratives we may feel like have emerged. He made a hit, made a bona fide hit. So I think he just has more opportunities, more swings at bat to do more creative things. Now, what I will say is you don't get permanently stuck in, pre Jim
Casting
Crow
Michael B.
era.
Jordan.
Well, that too. I don't think Michael B. Jordan gonna be spending too much time on Netflix, but we'll see. Um, but no, in terms of what you can do, man, you open, do some fantasy, do a crime thriller, do a rom com. You know what I'm saying? Like, really dig your teeth into something. I want to see how far as a creative you can stretch. And so got a blank slate with Netflix to do whatever he wants. We'll see where we go.
See, now you're talking to him like he's watching, but he's not. I think it'll be good. I think he's good. Even Sinners, yeah, I've got some problems with not the movie Sinners, but that there was oppression. Even though he does kill the clan members towards the end of the movie, it's that the clan members were there, and it's that there was cotton picking, that there was these things in my $90 million budget film. Like, damn, I can't even escape it for I want just vampires. Why do I have to get that? So I got my like minor issues with it. It still was solid as a movie, like very very enjoyable and transformative, and all the good things I can say about it.
Yeah, I wasn't fond of him sitting around waiting to get shot by the KKK, but it is. Plus, I also detest gut shots, like instant death gut shots. The shit really pisses me off. It's like a running trope that, like, I see it was in season 5 of The Boys. That's how Billy Butcher died. It's like, oh God, he should be writhing in pain for an hour. Why is he dying so
Damn,
quickly? Anyways,
that's how
um,
Billy Butcher died. I was gonna watch that.
you weren't gonna watch it. But nah, man. I mean, in spite of the fact that we can't get a black dad to survive, he does put on a good show. So, so I will be interested, at least to see what he's got coming up, what he does with it. Still there? Start with Netflix and maybe more after BP3. Yeah, yeah. Even if you want to toss up BP3, you know what I'm saying? That's not gonna happen. But yeah, I would like to see him in some different avenues that's not so restrictive because uh, I keep going back to Centers, man. We've seen what he did when he has a, a blank slate to work with, and I will say the some of the decisions that I found distasteful in Black Panther, I felt a lot less, apprehension to some of the stuff that was in Sinners that I had a second thought about. Much more sensitive to what's going on in Black Panther than anything that I could criticize about Sinners for sure.
Lawrence wrote a comment saying, "Chill, here we go, erasing history." Um, I don't know what you heard me say, that I was erasing history.
I'm not sure. I don't even know who was talking about at that point.
Yeah, I don't appreciate turning on my screens for entertainment and seeing melanated skin being the victim of oppression like all the time. That doesn't mean that I don't want the history to be taught in
Oh, okay. I
other
see.
fields, and it doesn't mean I mean make the movie sinners but ignore the history. It's not what I mean at all. I'm still saying the movie was quality. I get that it was accurate, but I'm not tired of what the movie did. I'm tired that movies consistently have that theme of oppression. That's something that I don't want to see. And so I'm just saying, like, give me a vampire movie that doesn't have that. Maybe it doesn't take place in the 1930s. Maybe it takes place in the 2030s. Like, can I get futurism, or can I get things that
Yeah,
are
that's what I'm saying. Like we could really stretch out our settings here. Like we don't have to be stuck to a Reconstruction era time period. We don't have to be stuck in Jim Crow. We don't have to be stuck in slavery times. Like, yeah, no,
and
I mean we
hey,
don't even
how
have to
about
be stuck
something
in
that
this
happened
world.
more than how about over 400 years ago? Where's that Mansa Musa movie? Is it Michael B who
Yeah,
was doing that, or was it
yeah.
Ryan Coogler? One of them having talks. Maybe that would be a good Netflix TV series. That would be fire.
Like the possibilities are endless, and so I want to really see. I hope this tests his limits as a creator. I hope this forces him to really go to the drawing board with something original, just like he did with Sinners.
Right. Team Coogler. Except he needs to recast the child. You satisfied, Lawrence?
Yeah, yeah, we was late. What about it? Say, nah. Listen, man. The verses was going. You know what I'm saying we had some technical difficulties. We here now. We glad you here now.
Yeah, we're here now. We're here for X-Men 97. 1997. They're not calling it 98, but you know they will, right? You know when when
Eventually.
a TV show has 3 seasons, Disney will change it because they don't want to have to give rights or whatever the stupid rule is. So it'll be X Men
Mhm.
'98 if this
Just
thing
like
keeps
they
going.
did Proud Family, ending on season 4.
Mm.
Smoke and Mary go through adventures throughout the decades while they survive as vampires. Yeah. Throwing an overarching villain of some sort, and that could be interesting.
Michael B's not coming back for that. They'd have to recast.
Yeah, no, they would definitely recast, but him and Haley Steinfeld, she ain't getting up off them pregnant feet to come work for Netflix on a mini series.
She didn't have the baby yet.
I don't know. I don't
I,
keep up with it as much. I just
you don't
know
keep
she
up
was
with your
pregnant.
sister Haley.
My what?
Your sister. Your
You gotta
sister.
stop. You have to stop. You gotta stop.
So X Men '97
A
is out
Sinners
here.
anime about Smoke and Mary. I'm intrigued. I'm intrigued.
Okay, I got you. Back to X Men. Okay, this is a lot of people are giving compliments to the show, and like feels like the energy around it is the show that we all liked is back, and I'm waiting for the car crash. Now, of course, I could be wrong, and this could be phenomenally well done, and it's gonna take more than one episode, but you know how hyperbole works. I think people are gonna get that Boondocks season 4, where Aaron Magruder was not part of it anymore, and it was just lacking what the spirit is.
What show are we talking about?
X Men '97 with the second season where they did rewrites.
Shit. Yeah, no, I'm apprehensive as well, right? Because I do think you felt Bo's influence on last season, good and bad, and so you telling me that you went back and you dug deep and you rewrote a lot of things as to, I mean, you took the man's writer's credit away, so I can't assume that you were really headstrong about leaving his work intact. It's asking me to trust Brad Winderbaum and company to do what we got out of season 1, and I just don't know. I just don't know. I think we'll know pretty early. I don't think it'll be too far. I don't think we'll have to get halfway through the season to know whether or not this is still going to be a good show. We'll know fairly early. We'll know within the first 3 episodes or so whether or not they were able to capture what we got in season 1 and carry it over to the new season, in
Well,
spite
you can.
of gutting the show.
All it will take is one good episode to start with to make you feel like your confidence is where it needs to be.
I don't know, because I mean, think about how the reception was to X-Men 97 in the first couple of weeks the last time for season 1. People were clowning it when they first saw the animation online, and it wasn't
What?
until we got the first time we saw animation from X-Men 97 they were getting clowned. The very first time, because the it didn't, I don't know, something about the talking scenes, the non-action scenes kind of seemed a bit off. Once you put it into the broader context of the rest of the show with all the other, amazing scenes that we saw in there, it kind of blended in. But that first initial look, it was like a conversation between Jean and Storm. And people was like,
Yeah,
I don't know.
in the
I
bedroom.
don't know. So I think it does have to sustain a bit. Plus, season 1 set such a high expectation. I don't think people are going to be happy about, a, oh yeah, we had a great episode 1 and then it tailed off the rest of the season. People are going to be expecting a follow up to what they got this last year.
hmm Hype level for this or hype level for Supergirl? Chat, I want to ask you, which one are you have a higher hype level for? Because
Why would you
I,
do that? Why you do that?
you know that Supergirl thing is like, when is it coming out? It's today, isn't it?
Yeah, and what is already out for it in terms of reviews is pretty scathing. It's not good. So
I want to hear that it is attached to the greater world because if she's gonna go to many planets, we got to see what the cosmos are saying over at DC, and maybe a reviewer doesn't really care about that stuff, a movie critic doesn't care, but me, I love that world building stuff. That may hit. I might resonate with this.
If it does that, and I mean, I don't know. It just it doesn't. They're not describing it as a very strong film or script for that matter. It's always good to throw James Gunnisms back in his face about having coherent scripts and whatnot before we bring projects to uh projects to fruition. But I haven't seen it, so I can't make a clear judgment. It's just maybe we'll talk a little bit about it more. There are some pretty bad reviews out right now about it.
Or Mr. Alkebulan doesn't care about neither. But Iconic said he wanted it. He likes the hype for X-Men over
X-Men.
Superhero.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah, no, I see that completely. I think that's pretty much where the crowd is at this moment. I mean, I see a few people trying to give it its what do that they could, but even in the positive reviews, it's not glowing, right? Like at best, you're getting satisfactory. At worst, you're getting abysmal. Yeah, it's not great.
According to those critics. But who cares what the critics have to say,
Where
right?
Millie
Who
Bob's
cares about
career.
Rotten
Well, I
Tomatoes?
mean, hey, listen, man, you choose to play these characters, and not just you choose to play them, you choose how you're going to present your version of them as well, is something I could say. And so I always think it's interesting when people try to take the route to fight the current of the fan base. And it's like, I don't know what it's almost like you're trying to make your time there brief.
Mm-hmm.
But you know, yeah, you gotta let people kind of learn on their own, do their own thing.
Well, what is Zendaya doing right? Why do we all seem to still like her?
Number one, I think she's one of the only remaining bona fide stars in Hollywood. That's number one. She has true star power. Number
Why?
two, she's got that it. She got that it factor. I don't know, man. She's got it. And beyond that, she, I feel like she stays in a very comfortable lane of like not being so like filthy rich, that gaudy rich that people start to hate you for it, but just normal enough that you think you can sit down and have a beer with her. I think that's why people love her, right? She's right down the middle. I don't think either side politically has anything bad to say about Zendaya. I don't think there's really any demographic in America that hates Zendaya.
I think I can think of one demographic.
I can't.
Racists.
Well, sure. Okay. Yeah. Well, but they hate everyone. Hate is their default setting.
Lauren says Zendaya been acting since she was a kid and has the media training.
Yep. Yep. She's pretty talented. She kept her mouth closed and stayed private. Basically. Yeah, basically.
Is that why I like Anne Hathaway also?
And she has some beef. I can't remember who it was with, but she had some.
You what? That's not fair. You can't say, I don't remember why I
No,
don't
no,
like
no,
her.
no, no. Again, I don't have, archive celebrity beef, but I do remember vaguely somebody talking about Anne Hathaway having some problems with
I
somebody in Hollywood.
refuse to accept this Anne Hathaway. This is
You
hearsay
don't want to take it.
objection.
Okay.
No, Anne Hathaway is cool. The Princess of Genovia? What?
Okay.
She did nothing wrong. Hilary Duff too.
Next thing you know, you're gonna find out she's a Zionista.
What? No.
You never know.
She would never. No, I don't think she would be,
Okay, all
but
right.
well, let me
Okay.
let me just say though, like they are all scared to death. Like the actors in Hollywood, they're like really scared not to be made an example of and stuff.
Well, I mean, but that's new too. So like we can't take that for granted that just all of them have gotten the message. Like that's relatively new. It was just maybe 5 years ago. It was a different, completely opposite of the spectrum. Like that's where you were safe at, was underneath that umbrella. So we can't take it for granted now that the tide is starting to turn, that everybody's gotten the memo.
Okay, so I'm naming Disney people: Hilary Duff, Anne Hathaway with the Princess Diaries. That was a Disney movie. Let me
Mhm.
think of a non-Disney, actor or actress who we really, really, really like still, who never participated in the
A
Mouse.
child actress.
like Miranda Cosgrove, she's cool from iCarly. That's Nickelodeon. Always liked
Mhm.
her. Nick Cannon, like, was he ever Disney?
He was Nickelodeon.
There we go. See,
Yeah.
Gabriel Iglesias from all that, and I really love him.
Dope.
See, we got lots of people who started young. Keenan and Kel. Is it just be Nickelodeon and we'll like you.
Yeah.
X-Men '97 gonna be on Disney Plus, so re up those subscriptions, everybody.
Do what you got to do to watch it. That's what I'll say.
What
Do
is
what
on
you got
Disney
to do.
Plus though? If you're an adult, like, yeah, I know if you got like a 5-year-old and do what you got. Yes,
I guess
maybe.
it's also an advantage. You get Hulu with it now. It's just included. You can watch everything that's on Hulu on Disney Plus. So that I guess
Yeah,
that's better.
actually, that would be the answer. Yeah, so there's the Hulu stuff you could probably get into.
Yeah. There's probably some stuff on Hulu you want to
But
watch.
but if but like Ryan Coogler did the right thing by going to Netflix because everybody has Netflix. So as long as that show is good, then people talking about it and everything. Like the way people talk about Love Is Blind, it just oh, it's on Netflix. Okay, cool, I'll watch it. You know what I mean? Like the shows just pop. They're on Netflix and they're
This
accessible.
this is a ridiculous statement. This is a ridiculous statement. Zendaya just can't carry a film, unlike Florence Pugh, who did the Thunderbolts. Like,
Yeah.
listen. Now, I like Florence Pugh. She's a decent actor. If I was going to give Florence Pugh a movie to say that she led and carried, I'd say something like Midsummer. I for sure as hell like gonna throw out the goddamn Thunderbolts. Like, I don't know if you, Johnny Dogworth, I don't know if you actually like Florence Pugh. Because you offered up Thunderbolts as like her example of why she's a better actor than Zendaya. It's not. Ugh, wasn't the strongest one.
App.
Um, what were we talking about before that? Oh, Disney Plus. What is there to watch on Disney Plus? Man, it must be a long wait in between Daredevil seasons because I don't. I for the life of me, and then Bluey. I guess yeah, you're right. If you've got small kids and you want to have access to the entire Bluey library, then Disney is your place. Oh, speaking of Disney, did you see that Gracie's Corner got picked up by Disney?
Oh yeah, that was supposed to be one of the things we talked about last week. That Gracie's Corner, the YouTube show, was a Houston family
Yep.
who do that show on YouTube, and now it'll be on Disney Plus. Disney to me, Disney is like the wrong place to put that. I prefer you having your independence, but that doesn't mean you're gonna pull everything from YouTube. That's not. I hope that's not what that means.
I wouldn't expect it to last too long. Maybe there's a phasing out, or they're buying what's popular. They're buying what they're competing against, right? And that's the point. So to think that it's still going to have a life on YouTube very long, that's probably not the case.
Too bad. Well, they got some fire songs. The Gracie's Corner, like the
Yes,
Colors
they do.
song. I love the one that where she goes, the colors, the colors, the colors, the colors of the world. Sorry, bro. I'm doing a terrible job at this. I should just find a clip and play it, but that's a fire song, bro.
She got a lot. The
Yeah.
birthday song. Clap your hands, it's your birthday. Clap your hands, it's your birthday. Go whoop whoop, it's your birthday. Go whoop whoop, it's your birthday.
Oh, the Phonics song? That was the first
What
one I heard.
sound does the letter make?
Tell me.
What sound does the letter make? Ah ah
That's a
ah
hit.
ah 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 ah.
And
Yeah,
then there's
nah.
like a flute in the background.
Mhm. Gracie's Corner is the shit. Gracie's Corner is the shit. Shout out to the family, right? Like that ended up cashing in on that. I could only hope one day I could pass off this channel to my children and it actually be worth something that somebody would want to buy for sure. That is dope.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, first Yeah, they over here. We done started some Florence Pugh beef in the chat.
Next. I don't care about this Florence Pugh stan. Ooh, someone said
It's a legitimate
interested.
war.
He said interested in the Power Rangers reboot on Disney Plus. Interested is the correct word. Yes.
Mm, I will wait till I will wait till a large enough contingent of people tell me it's worthwhile watching. I don't know if that'll get me back to clicking on the Disney Plus just yet.
Do you make it a kids show? Do you age it up? What do you do? I would make it a adult version of the show for all of us. Kids can just come for the pretty colors.
Yeah, I mean, I think you can do both. Like you can present it as a new adaptation and still have, you know, Easter eggs and callbacks to the original cast. Thinking like Bel Air, right? Like it was definitely a modernization of Fresh Prince, but there were enough callbacks in the show for the original fans, for people who watched the show while it was on, to relate to.
That'd be the best case scenario, Bel Air
Mm,
for Power
yep.
Rangers.
Let's do a Bel Air version Power Rangers.
Seriously. But who knows what they'll do? Just know in advance that you are going to have a new team next year and a new team next year, new team next year. Like, you know that now. You didn't know that back then. Of course, everyone who knows Power Rangers knows that. So foresee it and then plan a 10-year anniversary, Forever Red. Maybe call it Together Red. Like, plan the future. Explain why certain Rangers don't get to continue. Explain why they lose their power so that it takes another team. Think of it and have one constant character who's always there, like a Zordon. Yeah, but good
Yeah.
luck to them. So I'm interested. Yeah, I am. And whenever that thing comes out, I think they have to reshoot it. So it's just gonna be delayed, delayed, delayed. Like everything on Disney Plus really is gets delayed, delayed. Remember how long it took for Wonder Man? Vision Quest was shot like 2 years ago, right? Right? When was Vision Quest shot? We've heard about it for a long time. So
Yeah,
we'll get
it
that one.
was been done for a while.
Maybe we'll see a trailer at Comic Con, which Comic Con is going to be Comic Con this year after
Yeah.
taking last year off. The year before, it was when Robert Downey got on the stage and he was wearing the Doctor Doom green. This is it. This is going to be probably an eventful Comic Con. We will hear what the year will be about. Yeah. Okay, good job, Marvel. Let's see.
Yeah. Yeah, you'll get your first see. Which do you think the have you seen the leaks of the trailer that have been going around online?
Yeah, it was glorious.
I would say you think that that's the real deal? That's the one.
I think it's the real deal, but what do I know?
I mean, no, it very well could be. I still need convincing, man. I still need convincing. Also, a great trailer. Great trailer. Don't really know what the F is going on or why this assortment of characters is together fighting, but I'm sure we'll get some vague, explanation in the beginning of the movie because
You seen
the
the
act
one where
figure is the real point.
you seen the one where Steve is where there's no gravity, but he can lift the Mjolnir?
I saw it was like a brief little fight sequence. All of them were kind of fighting in a pit. It was like Shang-Chi, Nightcrawler, Cyclops, a few other people. They were all kind of like fighting something
Yeah, I think
like
it was
back to
Giant
back,
Sentinels that Doctor Doom was in charge of.
which could be.
Man, this movie's about to be so good because I watched those X-Men movies from 2000 all the way onward. I watched all the MCU films. Fantastic Four, like this is so good. Like just to see everyone in the same place except for T'Challa because they had to kill him. I think this movie's gonna be fire.
I hope so. I don't want
The
it to fail.
Russos,
Just it's,
the Russos are gonna
got a
bring
lot
that
of work to do.
spark. But the hype is there. Like the amount of people going crazy over these trailer leaks, which may not really be leaks. Who knows?
The nerve of
It could
you,
be intentional.
the nerve of you, Jay the informant. Here we go talking about Wonder Man, and you just did you just say that that Bel Air was trash? It's like y'all
Uh-oh.
telling yourself sometimes. It's like Bel-Air was trash, but Wonder Man. Now that there is some shit to be proud of right there, boy. That's Simon Williams. Simon. Hello, Simon. We got a super chat though. Let's get the super chat up. I don't want to ignore that.
Super.
Super duper. Way that way. Davis movie. He did his coming out soon.
David's movie he did is coming out soon. David. Who's our friend David?
David's movie. He did his coming out soon. We appreciate the $2. Trying to understand.
You
Vincent
can
Moore
write in text,
536.
Yeah, we don't get the super chat, but just explain it in a chat, and we'll read exactly what you mean by David's movie.
What you meant.
Who's is
Yeah.
there someone we know named David who makes movies? David's movie he did is coming out. Maybe he's one of Darius' people.
Maybe. Appreciate the $2 though, fella.
Yes, thank you. Anyways,
They killed T'Challa. What? Let's put the bottle down, Mike.
put the bottle down. I was talking to Mike about wrestling in the DMs a few. No, actually, we were talking about something else. We're talking about comic books and stuff.
Uh-huh.
But salute to Mike, bro. Mike, I'm gonna need your advice, bro. I'm gonna need you to tell me when they do the Static
Okay.
series, or tell me when they do the Vixen series. What's this absolute Batman thing that one of you guys wanted to talk about in our group chat?
Yeah, apparently they're doing an absolute Batman animated series at
What?
Prime. Mm-hmm. So, absolute Batman is that the Lucius Fox story, or is it somebody
No,
else? No. Okay.
absolute Batman is Bruce Wayne, except he's poor in this universe, and he's like 7 foot tall, really bulky. Yeah, it's the
Interesting.
absolute universe.
Okay. I'm slightly intrigued. The post I saw did say that it was going to be an all new, all different take on Batman. And it's going to be something that was like a kind of a buzzword to me. So I was thinking Lucius Fox. I'm a little bit more intrigued now. Okay, 7 foot tall Batman who's not just beating up on poor people. He's one of the poorest himself.
Yeah,
Interesting.
they're already like at 24 issues now.
Cool. So a popular comic book series going to be turned into into an animated series.
I have to tell you though, I'm kind of upset.
Damn, we don't
I
want more
want
Batman.
no, I
Damn.
want more canon. I want so what Creature Commandos was, even though I didn't watch it, it was canon. I I want more things. It's just like I don't want Absolute Batman. I'm not gonna watch something like that. I don't watch Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man, even though everyone says it's good. I just don't want to enter a new world of a new canon and just like fall attached to these characters we'll never see again. Maybe if you're
Gotcha.
lucky, in the Miles Morales movie, you might see Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man maybe for a quick cameo, just like Donald Glover was in there. Like maybe that's what you get
Yeah.
for as a reward for watching Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man. But I don't know. It's gonna take a lot for me to get into another superhero like a DC or a Marvel universe that just isn't the main one.
There's
So that's
Vincent
not what I
Moore's
want.
explanation. I meant the original Green Ranger. His movie he was making is coming out this year. I saw it pop up on the Adam app. Oh, okay, got you for sure.
Okay, Jason David Frank, the original Green Ranger, his movie
Mhm.
he's making is coming out. Shut up.
He was making. He passed, right?
Yeah, he but
Yeah.
by suicide like about
Yeah.
3 years ago. I
Yeah.
remember the moment it happened too. I was watching Mike stream, and yeah, it was shocking though, and it irks me. I hate suicide. Like with all due respect to everyone going through it, don't kill yourself, please. Like value your life. It's so. I hate knowing that people died because they chose to do it. Oh my, like I say that lovingly, everyone, but fuck, that's frustrating. But yeah, salute to Jason David Frank's work.
Sure.
Yeah, I think I want to see it just because I already liked the guy, and then when somebody dies, the album sales are always there. Like this was his last effort, so it makes you kind of
Mhm.
want to give it a look.
Batman poor. Hell no. Destroy. Oh, there was another. Yeah, it was another movie. DC's animated stuff is they putting in a little bit of work. Putting in a little bit of work. But they were always beating Marvel in the like animated movies and television shows and stuff like that. So see Batman Nightfall trailer. I actually did see that. It was pretty good.
It's called The Legend of the White Dragon. That's
What's that?
the Jason David Frank's movie, The
Oh, the
Legend of the
movie.
White Dragon.
Gotcha.
That sounds like a David Duke movie.
Legend of the White Dragon.
Mm. Starring Colby Covington.
Ah, looks like we've got our third member here. What up, Darius?
What's going on?
We did X-Men. We did everything but the House of the Dragon.
I mean, we could certainly circle back on a few things. We didn't break into Supergirl all like that just yet.
What's there to talk about? Did you see the movie? Is that where you were just now?
Oh God, I'm not paying to see that.
No. Why not? Guardians 4, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah, don't do James
not.
Gunn like that.
Absolutely not. Am I paying to see Supergirl? That is, I mean, I've been saying though since the previews and things for Supergirl that it looks like an abysmal mess. It looks like it's going to be a disaster. It looks like it, and this is not like Gunn directing or anything like that, but I see why he loved it so much. Just the clips that I've seen from it. Yeah, the clips that I've seen from it don't look great. I saw this one clip of her like in the desert fighting, and it just wasn't that fantastic. The reviews on this are bombing the shit out of this. Now, granted, the audience score seems to be better, but that's typically how it goes. The audience score seems to be better, but I will still say there are people that are just average viewers that aren't critics that are also saying, "What the fuck? That this is some shit." But hey, Supergirl.
Yeah, not like that's what I was telling Chill. I was like, the highs are like it was satisfactory. I had low expectations and it was fine. And the lows are just like really low. It's really low. Like low. Pretty scathing. And these are from the folks who got to go see the movie for free. Like the movie's coming out tonight for the public, for all the regular Joes. The folks that got to go see the movie for free are dogging it. So yeah, man, I don't know. I continue to scratch my head on why our vision wasn't more tailored to formulating the Justice League. It's almost like he wanted to. He's like, nah, we're not gonna do origins for everybody. We're not gonna build this thing from the ground up. Everybody knows these characters already. We'll just skip ahead. But like in skipping ahead, though, skip to the good shit. You know what I mean? Don't skip to Booster Gold. Don't skip to Sergeant Rock. Don't skip to fucking
Those might
even
not happen.
yeah, no, man, just yep. Darius, you reposted that video, that 3-minute video that he had of the stuff that he was announcing initially when he first came out, the Authority, Paradise Lost, and Waller, and all that other shit. And it was just like, no, that hasn't come yet. No, that hasn't come yet. That's supposed to be in the works, but we don't want it. And then some of the plus stuff that got axed out, like the Authority or Waller, is getting replaced by a Jimmy Olsen show. It's like even when we benefit and get some of that nonsense up out of there, he just replaces it with more nonsense.
Yeah. Yeah. I said this, and this might be for some might be a bold statement, but I stand by it. I think the numbers that we are seeing for Supergirl are going to be the numbers for the upcoming projects, and I dare say, well, I don't want to say numbers. We haven't seen numbers yet. The reactions that we're seeing for Supergirl, I think, are going to be the reactions for upcoming projects such as Clayface. Maybe not Lanterns. I think Lanterns is going to do fairly well. And I even think Man of Tomorrow, because let's not pretend. Now, again, depending on the cameo that are in it, the characters that are in it. But let's not pretend like the first Superman film for the DCU just was fantastic in numbers
No.
or in reception. So, I don't know. That's why I've always stood by the League. I've always stood by the heavy hitters, bring those guys out first. Then if you want to have your fun with these other guys, do that. But it always made sense because I'm be honest with you, I fear if this was a Wonder Woman film that we're talking about, because since people like a lot of the criticisms right now are, oh, why don't you guys like women-led films? That has nothing to do with it. It has zero to do with this being a woman-led movie. It's simply that nobody cares about Supergirl.
If Booster Gold goes up and people go crazy for Booster Gold, I'll eat a sock on stream. Like conceptually, it doesn't even really sound like anything. And then who they're talking about casting lets me know that it's going to be another jokey laugh fest. It's like, who other than I guess Kyle Chandler and Aaron Pierre is actually going to be serious in this entire universe? Like, is anybody going to be devoid of a joke in a Beastie Boys cutscene, or what? We just running that back for everybody. You suck.
I mean, I agree with you. I am too fly cam. It could be really cool, but when you're pining after Kamal, I know I'm not pronouncing the last name right, Kamal Majiani, or however you say his last name. When you're pining after a character like that, when his role in Eternals was the comedic relief, his role in anything he does is typically the comedic relief. Although he's
like,
I don't care that he's put on 40 pounds of muscle. He's still the comedic relief.
The concept of the character, Darius, is that he's a loser from the future who goes back in time and now he's a superhero. So it's like the equivalent of like Trump taking a 22 pistol and taking it back to the time where they only had shields and swords and becoming king. Like that's what we're talking about with Booster Gold. A not very talented individual who just has futuristic tech in a time that's basically primitive to his, and now he's a superhero because of it. Even conceptually, it's not what you want to lead with. It's not what you're putting your best foot with. You said it. Like, if you've got the pillar already set, if we've already seen a Justice League form in the films, now we're looking for ancillary stuff. Now we're looking for those smaller characters to fill in the gaps. You have no foundation. You got Superman, and that's it. And it wasn't even the greatest showing from your flagship character. So it's like, where does the confidence come from? Like, why are you so confident in some of this stuff turning the tide? Like, you put your best foot forward. You had Superman, and in all honesty, it wasn't a poorly shot film. I just think it lacked a little bit in script, and also the tone was a bit too juvenile at times. But that was your best swing. That was $350 million, regardless of what he tries to rework it down to. It was a lot of fucking money, time, and effort, and it didn't result in much. So,
no, well, it was a liked movie. It was a good launch. I don't want to say it resulted much. It did what it needed to do as far as like get us started. It's just that we had to go to Clayface right next and Supergirl and everything else they're doing.
Sure, but for what they put out for it, you would have hoped to at least crossed into the $700-800 million range to let you know that, okay, we got back what we put up into it, not just in money, but in time and exposure and how heavy they leveraged into that movie. You're not expecting to make $500 million. You could have saved yourself on some marketing and went out and made $500 million.
It did 6.
Okay.
That's a big difference.
Is it though?
I'd say Kamal's pretty fucking confirmed. I mean, he's all but confirmed from the studio, but I'd say because out of since we've talked about Booster Gold, since Booster Gold has been talked about in the DCU on the DCU slate, there's been no other name attached to Booster Gold besides Kamal. There's been no other celebrity's name attached to this character. And then what confirmed it for a lot of people was the Peacemaker premiere.
Yeah,
on
yeah.
Foot
There was
when he
one
was
other
there.
dude. There was somebody else. Remember, before dude, it was a guy from American Pie.
Guy
The
from
dude from
American
American
Pie.
Pie. The blonde guy. Um, what the fuck is that guy's name? Stifler.
Stifler?
Stifler. Yeah,
Sean William Scott.
that was the first guy.
Oh,
That
I
when they
see.
when Booster Gold when they
Oh
first started talking
yeah,
about it,
him. I
they
do
said
remember
him
that.
first, and then it became the other guy.
I do remember that, but this one I don't think I ever believed this one. Because what is the last thing that Sean William Scott has done?
The Rundown. No, he was in some hockey movie a couple years, not too long ago, some years ago.
I mean, I remember him as being, the at that time he was kind of like what's the dude's name? Andy
Milanakis.
nah, not Andy Milanakis.
He was in Role Models. That's another one. He was in Role Models with Paul Rudd.
He was in Role Models. The
Yeah,
last thing, I mean,
McLovin.
the thing I remember him the most for, and I don't know if this means anything to his career, but is dude, where's my car? That's what I remember him the most
Dude,
for.
where's my car? Yeah.
That's what I remember him the most for. So I don't know. Yeah, I never believed that one, but I do believe Kamal. I believe that.
I mean, you
What
do
is
your
your
thing, man.
tattoo
If you feel
saying?
like you got the levity, if you feel like you have the bandwidth to make those type of movies or in those type of television shows in this state, have at it, brother. Let's see how long you keep the position.
James Gunn is going to lose his position for other reasons. The Ellison family is not going to be too happy with that Jarhanpur analogy he was putting in his movies. So
But
I
at
think
this rate, though,
Are we
he's
sure?
making it a little bit easier because it would be for at merit. It wouldn't be a meritless firing, a meritless firing at this point.
Are we
Sure.
sure about the Ellisons? The only reason I say
they're
that,
Zionists.
well, no, that they were. I thought they said they were pretty excited to work with James. Now that could just be talk.
Man, yeah, that's talk. Hell yeah, that's talk. Hell yeah, that's talk. If you when you said, "Are we sure about the Ellisons?" I was like, "Are we sure that they're actually going to get Warner Brothers?" And I do still think that there's a few hurdles to climb. There are a bunch of state AGs that are holding it up. There's some problems internationally with getting it approved. So, do they ever even really get this? I think if it gets past a certain point and the sale hasn't finalized, then they have to pay Warner Brothers some money back. So your guess is as good as mine if it ever officially ever goes through. But in terms of whether or not the Ellisons will fire James Gunn based off of ideological reasons, absolutely. 100%.
Too bad for James because I really like Superman and Peacemaker.
They will boo his ass. And as long as he don't got something big to show for it, like, hey, y'all better not fire me, then it will be very easy. It will be very easy.
Since we're talking about DC, question for the both of you. It doesn't have to be a long discussion. I just have a question. Do you think the Penguin gets the reception it gets the attention it gets, had it not been for its predecessor, the Batman, setting up Colin Farrell as Cobblepot's? You think you can throw out Colin Farrell as Cobblepot's as just a random show to the public?
Before Batman?
Before Batman.
No.
Okay.
No.
I wanted to make sure I wasn't crazy. You know, I get into a daily DC debate on my live stream with my viewers because they just love James Gunn and what he's doing. So I had people telling me today that no, I still would have watched. I says, you're telling me if DC just dropped a Cobblepot series out of nowhere, you're watching that? You're lying. Like, you're lying.
Yeah, you can't discredit the boost that being attached to something that you've already watched, like helped it. Just like movies have sequels. Toy Story 5 is doing great because of Toy Story 1, 2, 3, 4. You can't ignore the predecessor.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah, no, it probably would have died on the vine without the Batman movie. There were so many references to that movie. And like you said, him showing up in the Batman one, kind of primed people for what this series could potentially be. So I think that played its role. Um, with Gunn though, it is very, for a guy who is just so headstrong about planning and having a set plan, and that's the reason why comic book movies are failing and blah 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 blah. His forward vision seems very scattered. It's very scattered. Like it is not very, at least to this point, has not been very concise. There's not a clear direction, and I just don't think he's got the meat. He doesn't have the oomph. There's no beef.
Hey, yo, he didn't have the beef or the oomph.
You got to relax.
I know it's Pride Month, but Jiminy
You got
Christmas.
to relax. James Gunn was not
Next,
involved in the Penguin.
are we, yeah, he wasn't. Are we done with Supergirl? Well, so was the audience. Ha ha ha.
I believe that, Mike. I do. I believe. I didn't watch it, but I believe. From what I've heard, I know Penguin was a massive success. I'm just saying,
Very good.
for the people that were telling me that, oh, I still would have watched it. I would have watched the Cobblepot's series if it had.
Oh no,
nothing
they
to do with
lying at their teeth.
I know.
Yeah,
I know. I'm
they-
like,
they
what the
lying.
hell?
For sure.
No, you're not. No, you wouldn't.
Look, the only reason why you were remotely hyped for this movie is because it was the same guy from the Batman movie.
Yeah, if he
No,
didn't
and
do such
I
a
had-
good job.
Well, I had
Yeah.
them telling me too. Well, also because it's Colin Farrell. So you're telling me I don't give a damn who it is. Like,
Hey, Colin Farrell done made a bunch of movies I know y'all niggas ain't never seen. Has never seen. It's this movie called The Lobster, and it's him, and it's the dude who just played Silvermane in the Spider-Man War series. I know 90% of the audience right now ain't seen that movie. Colin Farrell's in it, so I gotta watch it. Don't play. Where we at? We did what did you think about Ryan Coogler's deal, Darius?
I just thought that he can't really miss right now. He seems to be getting a lot of good money flowing his way.
Yeah. Yeah.
A lot of good money flowing his way.
First look deal, no more IPs, original content. Now his TV shows, I will say his TV shows haven't been as strong as his films. But still,
You just wait for X-Files.
that would be the one to prove me wrong. It surely wasn't Ironheart.
No, it was not Ironheart.
So it was not Ironheart. Or Eyes of Wakanda. Wakanda forever.
I was just thinking the other day, random thought. I used to love Wakanda Forever. You put your hands in an X, it's the whole thing. And then when they named that second movie Wakanda Forever, I get the ick when I think of the
you
term
do the
Wakanda
thing.
Forever. Yeah.
Yeah, well, they did do that. They did, make Wakanda Forever a call for T'Challa's funeral. So
Yeah. We gotta change that. They gotta do something about that. Like recast T'Challa.
that would be a
King
pretty good
Craig.
idea. I wonder
I
how
would recast him. Yeah.
nobody's really
All
said
three
that
of
yet.
us. Darius,
crazy.
would you recast T'Challa if you had a say?
If I had a say in what Wakanda Forever,
You see, he had another tab open this whole time. He was
I was reading the comments.
reading the comment. I was just saying, like, if you could recast T'Challa, would you do it? Just wondering if you wavered on that position or not.
Oh yeah, I probably wouldn't now. I've had 4 years to mow it over and think about
Tucson?
just how having that that black representation just would be such an ick. So yeah, no, I've shifted a little.
Yeah, White Tiger needs to have a little bit more screen time, right?
Yeah. Put Bucky in the suit.
That'd be a great idea. Nate Moore, are you listening? Nate, Nathaniel, get off your Survivor binge and come watch the Pantheon. Nate, that's another guy who's kind of been quiet. I'm expecting to hear what he does next soon, because when did he depart from Marvel? It's been so long, right? Like, what do you got cooking?
It feels
Come
like
on,
it's
Nate.
been at least a year now since we got that news.
Yeah, it's been a year, so at least announce what your next thing is. Like, or at least let me know what genre it is. Is it going to be TV? Is it going to be a movie? Is it going to be science fiction? Will it be drama? You like romance? You want to do comedy, Nate? Like, and I don't hate Nate Moore's next project because simply it was Nate Moore. Like, if he can provide something, I'll give it a fair chance. But like, what does the guy who produced Black Panther? What does that like status allow for him to create? You know, like he's probably going to get a decent budget from whichever studio he's collaborating with. So
Isn't his next project Black Panther 3? That we know.
Yeah, but isn't that like 3 years away? So he's going to do something in between? No,
maybe.
Got to get paid.
Guess he does.
He could also just stay home, and we'll give you the credit. We'll give you the credit for the work. Just stay home. It's cool, bro. We don't need you, bro. Just stay home.
Does Nate Moore have social media, like an Instagram or anything? What is he?
They all do.
Well, one where he actually is like represents himself, like
No.
as himself. No.
Nah, but he's got the Kevin Durant accounts.
Oh, he definitely got some burners. They all now that part, yes, they do all have those for sure.
How do we smoke him out, huh?
I don't know that he does. I was trying to find his social media. Unfortunately, I don't think he has anything that's
He got the burners.
Ow. Well done. So I was just curious to what he was up to.
Yeah, right.
You know, if he was posting some family stuff, maybe he's chilling. Maybe he's writing a memoir.
Writing a memoir. When I decided not to recast T'Challa, these Negroes got so upset. It only took us a 5-minute conversation, but it took them so much longer to get over it.
We even threw them a bone at the end of the movie.
We got a super chat. Let's
do it.
Burning out. Oh, Vaseline based. Ayo. No reviews of Avatar season 2? ? Is it cheeks? Aang grown as fuck. Aang is grown as shit. I only seen episode 1. He's tall. His voice is deeper. It's crazy how long they must have taken before starting this season, because there's just no way. There's
how did you not have season 2 planned out? Like, didn't you know that this live action actor would get older? How could you guys take 2 years in between seasons?
Like, bro, puberty hit this kid over the head. He's taller than everybody. He's taller than Katara. He's taller than basically maybe an inch or so over Suki, the Kyoshi warrior. And they joked about it a little bit in the first episode. It was like, oh man, you grown so much. He's really sprouted up like a weed. And you're like, yeah, motherfucker. I guess y'all took 2 years off, huh? Because that boy got big. Pause. Appreciate the $2, Celine.
I said every time we talk about it, he is going. When they get to the Fire Lord Ozai stuff, he's Fire Lord Ozai.
Be a grown ass man. He might have a beard. He may have a 5 o'clock shadow.
Yeah.
By the time Sosa's comment hits, he may have a full-on 5 o'clock shadow.
They should do what the Harry Potter kids are doing. They're filming back to back to back to back to back.
They
Even if
got
those
to.
kids get older. Yeah.
They got to.
Because they know it's a success. They know that everyone likes Harry Potter, and so they're gonna plan accordingly, even if the show
Well,
is not gonna
but
come out for a long time.
I was thinking it's more so to avoid the very stark puberty jump that's sure to happen with a child this age. But sure, yeah, if you're that confident in it that it's going to be a success, go ahead and run it up. If you can get the studio, if you can convince the studio to do that too, right? Like green light the first 3 seasons of the show. We haven't even aired one episode of it. I think Prime is still paying the bills on the damn Lord of the Rings series.
Right. But that's it. Yeah, it's you know what? It's a foolproof. Oh, this is gonna be Lord of the Rings. That was probably what they were thinking, and rightfully so.
Exactly.
It is Lord of the
Yep.
Rings.
Yep.
Uh, Look at me feeling sorry for Jeff Bezos' company.
Yeah, no, I don't give a shit. But I mean, but in all seriousness though, the show is decent. It's still good. Like I'm only one episode down. The one thing I did notice is that the dialogue isn't as choppy. It doesn't feel like they did a carbon copy from the script from the animated series to the live action now. There's a
Okay.
little bit of variance in what they say to each other, even in what's happening. Like the events aren't happening. They're happening in order. The same things, the same results are happening, but it's like I felt like last season was very step by step, like a 1-to-1 of what was happening in the cartoon. This season, at least in this first episode, there's the slightest bit of variance. It's just like a little bit of modernization to it, like of how this would actually go if these were living, breathing people and not just 2D animations.
Well, that's why I'm watching the live actions to get that different take. And Darius, do I remember correctly? You hated this adaptation thing, right?
Yeah, I did not like season one.
Ugh.
I
Well,
didn't even finish it.
season 2, give it a chance, man. Maybe they'll do the library, they'll do the sandbenders, maybe they'll do Ba Sing Se.
Oh, they're definitely doing Ba Sing Se this season. That's a big
They're
part of
doing
it.
they're doing the library. The owl was in the trailer.
Zula has Mei Lee and what's the other one? The one that can
Mei
take
Lee
your
and
bending
Tai.
away. Yep. She got them.
Man,
Zuko and Uncle Iroh, they out kicking it in the little fields or whatever, picking fruit and shit. Zuko acting like a bitch. Still waiting for his great turn. I hope his character arc comes off the same way it did in the animated series. Zuko in the animated series is one of the greatest character arcs in any television show ever made.
It truly is.
I don't know if I'll have the same reaction to it in the live action, but I hope I do.
Well, let's not set us up for disappointment. You know what's coming, so you're not gonna have the same reaction.
No, I still want to feel the emotion of it, man. Like you kind of really felt for Zuko once you started to understand why he was so Zuko, so much like how he is. And then when you really dig into Azula too, and why she pushes against Zuko so much, and what she's striving for, trying to get her father's attention, it kind of all plays against each other, and you end up feeling sorry for both of them, but less so for Azula because she's like a murderous, crazed person. But Zuko, you really feel because he was really like the sweet kid of his family, and he got goddamn barbarized into being what he ended up being out there on the field looking for the Avatar. So it is. I guess there will be some things that are lost in translation, but live action, I really need the Zuko actor to put his foot to the metal this season because he's got some really big parts to play. Sure.
Yeah. Thanks for that super chat because I enjoyed talking. I'm gonna watch season 2, and let's make sure that 7 days from now we give it some time. You want to do a whole season or like still light spoilers?
I should be done with this by next week. I guess I could be done with it. Yeah. So
And honestly, who cares about spoilers? It's just the animated show recreated.
yeah,
So we can
if you
spoil it.
know the show, then you know you know what's happening.
Yeah.
Ooh, speaking of spoilers, let's talk about an episode that I've watched now 4 times since it aired on Sunday evening.
4 times?
4 times I've watched this episode since it aired. Fam, the Battle of the Gullet was dog. What an episode. Where was this shit at? All season 2. All goddamn season 2. You didn't even have to have that stain on your reputation. You give us one of them battles in all of last season. Well, they had Rook's Rest, but that was in the beginning of the season. That was like first episode. It was literally the first episode of the season. So, yeah, no. What an episode. Way to start off the season.
Yeah. I was a little underwhelmed. Still loved it.
What?
Yeah.
What?
I still loved it. I still thought it was great. But in terms of when I go back and I just think overall for this universe and battles, I was really wanting that Battle of the Bastards type feel.
No, but Battle of the Bastards is the best Game of Thrones episode ever made.
Yeah.
It didn't need to be that. Didn't need to be the
way they were hyping the Battle of the Gullet up, and the way that the Battle of the Gullet takes place in like the books and everything, I was just like, oh, this is about to be some. It was, but I was just like, oh, well, they also changed stuff, and I was like, oh, I don't like that. But overall, good episode, great episode.
Man, I was blown away. I was blown away because of number one, the strategic planning that wasn't even really planning. It just kind of all fell into place. So Allison is on her way back to King's Landing from Dragonstone. She's getting ready to open up the gates to let Rhaenyra and her armies and her dragons take King's Landing and kill her son Aegon. Oh, but wait, as you walking your happy ass up the stairs, they telling you the king want to talk to you in the king's room or in the crown room, and it's not Aegon, it's fucking Aemon. And you like, hold on, pimp. you was supposed to be on your way to Harrenhal with Kristen Cole in them. Why are you still here? You ain't supposed to be here. Vhagar's supposed to be gone. She's literally shitting herself. Like she's in the hall shitting herself because she know Rhaenyra could be pulling up at any fucking minute and Vhagar's still there. And she promised her that Vhagar was going to be up out of there and that she could just eat Aegon and take his head. Right? That was number one, because without even knowing, Aemon sets up his defenses perfectly to counter anything that Rhaenyra is doing. Rhaenyra was going to send the Sea Snake and his armada up all the way to King's Landing and surround the ports so that they couldn't get any reinforcements in. But oh wait, the Triarchy's on your ass. You thought it was going to be the Lannisters or the Greyjoys and you was going to blow right through them. No. Triarchy's on your ass. Now they slowing down your sea support. And you can't hit King's Landing because Vhagar's still there. The biggest dragon's still in place. So like mistakenly, without him not following through on the plans that he had already had set because of Aegon running away, ends up putting them in perfect position to defend against Rhaenyra. And so that's why the Battle of the Gullet was very important, because it was a turning of the tide, right? You would have thought it would just been a dominant battle for Rhaenyra, but they both sides lost so many in the way of ship power in this one battle because of fucking sheep stealer, goddamn unruly ass dragon just burning up everybody. And on top of that, you lost your other son. You lost Jacaerys, which I, for one, say good fucking riddance. We don't need no more hard-headed ass fucking kids doing what the hell they want to do, jeopardizing everything. But that's just me.
Yeah, no, I agreed. That was a change I did not like that they made. I see, although I really did like this episode, I think it is among some of the best things in the Game of Thrones universe. I am seeing just from episode 1 why George walked away from this season, just straying so far away from the source material. sheep stealer's role that they made him have in this. Why? Why? That was so frustrating. I was like,
Raina,
oh
she
my
was like
God.
driving a semi through the park. She like, no, stop, stop, listen to me.
Speaking in Valerian to him, and I'm just like, why is she? I'm like, damn, I really want one of those ballistics to go through her and sheep stealer right now. I was like, because what you're doing is about to kill Jason. It really
Like, no,
pissed me
first of all,
off.
Jace got himself killed. Jace
No,
got himself killed. But Raina could have just took her ass to Dragonstone. She
she
was
could have
on
just
her
taken her ass
way.
to
She could
Dragonstone.
have took her ass to Dragonstone. She could have flew up to the Queen's perch and could have broke her out of her bed, so she could have got on her dragon or whatever. But she definitely didn't need to go into the battle. She led that dragon in the battle, and that was her first time ever riding a dragon. That was the first time a dragon ever accepted her as a rider.
Yeah, you've had this
Where
dragon for
where do you
5
get off?
minutes.
Where do
And
you
you
get
talking
off?
about let's join them.
Yeah, no, but Jaceres got himself killed. He got himself killed. He dumb.
He shouldn't have disobeyed Rhaenyra, but after him and Vermax got clear of that first ballistic,
Get the fuck out.
He should have got the fuck out. But here comes Sheep Stealer's ass going after everybody. No, Sheep Stealer, they're on our side. I'm like, why are you here? My God damn.
That's why you shouldn't have drove no truck into the fight, Raina, because you can't drive.
Yeah.
No, and I get it. Like, even her being there, he obviously saw that was Sheep Stealer's rider, so he didn't kill her. But yeah, it's tough to defend any of his actions after locking your mother in her quarters and threatening to murder her Queen's Guard if he don't lock her ass in there. Like, bro, you really just you kind of underhandedly flexing your muscle here. And I don't know, man, if his mom goes out instead of him, does she get caught by the traps? Like, does she
Stupid too. Here's one of my biggest things. None of you motherfuckers dragons outside of Vagar have seen a lick of battle. Not a sniff, not a snare, not a shit. Cyrax has never seen battle like that. You take Cyrax in the middle of that shit like that with all those ballistics flying and man, I don't care how good you and I don't care how bonded you and Cyrax are.
I trust Cyrax a little bit more because I trust their rider. I trust Cyrax's rider more than I trust Vermax's rider.
But Rhaenyra also has never seen a lick of battle. She's never had to dodge. Now, granted, Daenerys had never seen a lick of battle either.
Sure should have.
She had never seen a lick of battle either. Neither had her dragons. So, but that bitch had 3 with her at one time.
She did have 3 dragons.
She had 3 with her at one time. I don't know, man. I just think it's stupid for you to be the queen. Now, I thought it was stupid when Daenerys did the shit too, but it's stupid for you to be, like Jace kept telling her, if you die, it's all lost. Like, granted, they're not all about to rally behind Jace after that, because then you're gonna have Daemon clawing for power.
Here's where I push against it, and I get some of the narrative that they're going with, because this shit wasn't necessarily highlighted in the story that I read about the Dance of Dragons or listened to. But I hear that, all right, you have to be protected at all costs. You got to stay away. But then Aegon the Conqueror came down and he led the charge on all his conquests. Then you got
it's a little different,
you got his descendant, Jon Snow's daddy. You got what's his name? Was it Aegon? His name was Aegon too. He was leading the charge. You got Robert Baratheon, great warrior, after swinging his hammer. Like all the other kings, get the lead from the battlefield. That's why they was all over Joffrey's back, because he wouldn't actually fight in the battle for King's Landing against Stannis. He was just there barking shit and then went back and hit with the women. But all of the kings, all the ones that were actually respected, were known for their prowess in battle. So where does that leave Rhaenyra? Where like, yeah, you're right, she's never fought, but there's also a reason to that, right? There's also a point to that. They've purposely held her back from fighting because she's a girl.
Yeah, but my thing is, it's just you being queen, you risking everything. You need to allow. You should have let. Because who did you have? You had uh you actually she should have she who was there? Who was there with the dragon outside of Jason and Bela? Was it just her at Dragonstone at that moment? Because you
Yeah,
got
at that
Aemond
moment,
in
because
the
they sent the
Riverlands.
other 3 riders to go jump Vhagar, that's the biggest miss for me, is that you sent the 3 rookies to go jump the biggest dragon on the planet. Like, that's where I want you at. Is you go help them jump Vhagar.
But see,
You over
also you got Vermithor being the second biggest going at her.
that's is that the gold one?
Yeah,
The
Hughes,
gold
the
dragon?
Hammers. Yeah, Hugh Hammers.
Yeah, okay. Yep.
Yeah. I mean, like I said, I like the episode. There were things changed about the battle that I didn't care for, but overall it was good. My biggest thing that I really hate that they changed was where Aegon the Younger was. I I think Aegon the Younger story after all of this is one of the most fascinating of the Aegons. Although he's like super depressed and all that all the time, it's a great it's a great like most of the Game of Thrones stories. All great. It's a great story, and they really just X. They said Aegon the Younger. Yeah, no X.
He was leading a rebellion to overthrow the Mad King so that he could sit the throne. I don't. What do you mean? He wasn't king. He was fighting to become king. You think he just decided to put himself on the throne after the Mad King got stabbed in the back? It was Robert's rebellion. Yeah, no, I mean they usually change things, and like you said,
Yeah.
George is not involved in this season.
What?
So, I mean, according to him, he keeps saying that he was sending homeboy texts and trying to call him and shit, and he's been getting ignored. So,
Yeah, George said he walked away because it was too. They started straying too far from the books and changing things. Like I mean, one of the biggest things is this shit with Sheep Stealer and Raina, and their explanation for it was, well, we felt having somebody a part of the family get
Yo,
Sheep Stealer would have been better. What? Better than Nettles? No.
which one are you reading
so
now? Go ahead, dear, Jill.
well, he was subtweeting about a few months ago when George R. R. Martin said something about how they'll always tell you that the books are the books and this has got to be different. We got to make it better. Remember that one tweet he had, or that one quote that I saw on the tweet?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that
You know
one.
what
So
you're
that must
talking
have
about.
been in relation to his feelings towards them changing it for House of Dragon 3.
Probably. And I mean, I agree with him on, I mean, why are you changing my already perfect story?
Right.
Like, it's already compelling. It's already, like I said, perfect. Like, I don't know why you're changing it. So, yeah. But we'll see where the rest of the season goes. I mean, I expect the rest of the season to be just as good.
This is silly. This is silly. We arguing semantics. He led a rebellion not to elect someone else to sit the throne. It wouldn't have been Robert's rebellion if that was the case.
Now listen to Jay. Jay's got it right. You better
Doesn't make
have
any
your
sense.
P's and Q's, Marcus, when
He
you
was a
bring your
fighting
Game of Thrones.
king. Most kings fight for their throne. Now you have the Targaryen line that had an unbroken succession, so there was no fighting. So yeah, Viserys didn't need to go out there and earn his kingdom.
Nah, if Jay's the informant, Marcus is the uninformed.
You right, bro. You got it, bro.
Hmm. Hmm.
Fighting ruler, like what else? What else? I don't even know. I don't know. Daenerys. It's another one. Fighting rulers. It's a very common theme. She was made not to fight. That was the point of the thing. Was the fact that others are made to be seen as brave and valiant when they fight from their leadership positions, as opposed to it's almost expected for them to do so, as opposed for Rhaenyra, who's always been told that she can't fight. I guess we're getting ready to see what she can do, because I have a hard time believing anybody's going to be stopping her from doing anything from now on.
Even if even though Robert has blood connections to the Targaryen, that's not what put him on the throne.
Who's that?
Where Dirty Joker said Robert Baratheon's blood connection to Aegon V made him king. No.
What?
The
Damn, they fought a war. What are we?
Because he was never in line to be anything. A part of to sit the throne as a Targaryen.
So wait. Also, maybe there's a disconnect here. Are we talking in the books, or are we talking in the television show? Right now, I'm speaking from TV show. I'm talking from the TV show.
Both though. He's okay. I mean, he is blood related to the Targaryens, but that blood relation never had him in line for the throne.
Yeah. Did you see the preview for the episodes this season?
Yeah,
they kind of giving away a little bit of the sauce with some of the previews, but
yeah, it looks great. That 2-minute episode deal they did, but you know what's really tough? That last trailer, that one that everybody keeps mimicking on TikTok, where she says, "Bring Aegon the Usurper to me." I'm like, man.
Yeah.
That's some tough dialogue with that score behind that. Woo, that's tough.
But this is, and I hear this, right? But it's almost farcical to think that it would be anybody other than Robert. Like we gotta.
Well, the coup d'etat in Burkina Faso was done by a whole other general, but they chose Captain Ibrahim Traore to be the leader just because he'd be best suited. So there is a real life historical precedence of just because you led the coup doesn't mean you're the guy who gets to become ruler.
Yeah, we're talking about a world that has dragons in it. So it's not we talking about that type of world. And again, not only was he the guy who led the rebellion, but he's the guy who slayed Rhaegar. That's his name, not Aegon. Rhaegar Targaryen.
It was one or the other.
It was all of the pieces in place for Robert to become king. I don't think that those questions started at the council meeting after the war was won. Like, come on, man, we've watched Game of Thrones. They were positioning Robert to become king well before they ever sacked King's Landing. Like, we gotta come on, grow up. Y'all have seen this show before.
Hey, I love that last episode of Game of Thrones when they were talking about what are we gonna do, and one of them suggested democracy, and they all laughed at it. That was the best part of that episode.
Democracy.
He didn't say the word democracy. He just suggested it like, well, what if like we had a group and then everyone gets to decide, and then just laughed it off like how stupid that is.
Yeah, all of that does play a role though, from what I'm reading.
It's either the sisters, but it's probably the Queen's Guard. It's probably everybody who allowed her to be locked in that room. Like, here y'all go, doing this bullshit. Y'all done locked the queen in her room, and my son dead. Okay, so which one of y'all gonna die? Like, first of all, the Queen's Guard's got to get slayed. I can't trust you. You allowed my son to lock me in my room. Okay, am I queen or is he king? I don't know what's going on here. So all y'all got to die. Then
Yep.
Raina, we gotta talk. We gotta talk. Because when he told you to take Moon Dancer out there, you should have sat your ass down. Maybe he'd have thought twice about going out there by himself. But you enabling him, you going out there riding out with him. Y'all going, go do hood shit with your friends. So we gotta have a talking to it, and then not Raina.
Yo, I'm sorry, Marcus. I was muted, but that made me laugh. Doing hood shit with your friend. That was a very good joke. Good job.
No, for real. That's oh no. Who's the one that was a Moon Dancer? Who's that?
That's Bayla.
Bayla. Yeah, Bayla. That's the one we got to talk to. Then Raina, your ass should have never went. Why you would bring the damn dragon back to the pits here in Dragonstone? It's literally like she hopped into a car for the first time, was lucky starting it up, and decided to go racing. So everybody really could catch it. The sisters, the Queen's Guard, the council. The council should have came over there and unlocked the door. Anybody in here who knew what was going on and let me stay in that room while my son died could be catching those lines.
No, well, that's what I said too. A lot of people, I mean, people are gonna die because that's the main thing. I lost my son due to you all's incompetence on knowing who the hell is in charge. And yeah, I mean, no one's I definitely know this. Yes, no one's disagreeing with this. Yes, his grandmother was Rhaelle Targaryen. That's one of the claims he made to having Targaryen bloodline. Being a part of the Targaryen bloodline and everything like that. However, though, one of the things that made Robert also, the guy was the fact that his military leadership, I mean, his popularity, also his bloodline, but also the simple fact too that he's the one that led the conquest.
Are we still debating whether or not it was going to be Robert to win? Oh, God damn it! I thought we were talking about something else. Ugh. Yeah.
So they've got some great shit coming up with this season. Some good stuff, and they're already starting season 4. They're about to start season 4. What's her name? Emma Darcy said that plays Rhaenyra. So season 4 will be where it ends.
This is where her mean streak kicks in. This is where you'll see some of that battle readiness. If you wanted to see her in action, it's about to come now for sure.
Yeah, it's about to come, but it's about to come at a high price.
It's going to come at a high price for everyone. That is the point of this story, is that this conflict should have never happened. And if they'd have done what they were supposed to do in the first place and just left everything alone. Hell, if his daddy, well, yeah, no, him marrying Alicent was
dumb as fuck.
That was probably the start of all of this. That was the start of all of this, was him marrying his daughter's best friend.
Yeah, marrying Alicent.
It started this endless kind of climb for power from the high towers with Otto there. And then it forced Rhaenyra to constantly have to defend her position. And then when her and Daemon got in cahoots, it forced Daemon to defend her position. Now we got factions of people. Now the cousins in the family don't like each other. All of the Greens versus all the Blacks. Like, you literally split your family up by sticking a high tower in the middle of it. It just don't make no sense. It don't make no sense. Viserys, you fucked up.
Indeed you did. Indeed you did. Had Rhaenys been queen, maybe none of this would have even ever happened.
Yeah, I mean, Yeah, but I feel like they would have fought the same way they fought. It would have been different circumstances, but they would have fought to get her ass out of there the same way they're trying to get Rhaenyra the fuck up out of there.
I do think though Rhaenys would have been a much stronger and probably a more well respected queen. The reason I think it hurts Rhaenyra so much is because Rhaenys would have ascended the throne immediately, because grandsire was on his way out. He was done. That's why he held that meeting. Like, okay, let's da 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 da. If she would have ascended the throne immediately at her age, Rhaenyra was however age she was when she was crowned or named heir. So that gave people enough time to bitch and moan about, oh no.
I don't think it would have mattered. I think the point that they were trying to prove to us by showing that she was the first queen to be and how she was passed up was kind of setting the stage. Like they would have found a way to contest her rule. Even with Rhaenyra, like there was no confusion on whether or not it was going to be Rhaenyra until the night the man died. They had to wait until he was no longer around
But the
to
confusion
say
also
anything about
came
it,
in from Allison's
which wouldn't have been possible without him dying. They had to wait until he was no longer around to set things right. So as long as that's the case, as long as we can just simply wait until the man dies and say that he said something to me in the wee hours of his life, then we could do that at any point.
yeah, but that wasn't Allison's intention at first. She was purely acceptant of Rhaenyra being taking the throne, being queen, and all that kind of
Mhm.
stuff. Let's mend our families, bring everybody back together. It wasn't until Viserys was dying, croaking, and deciding to, hey, thinking that was Rhaenyra, and said what he said.
Mhm.
Allison, of course, thinking, oh, our son, not the conqueror.
Yeah, I mean, well, sure. I still say that wouldn't have been possible if Viserys is not on his deathbed. And so
No.
to have a solid line, even if she ascends immediately, there would have been some sort of like, because there were factions from within that wouldn't have supported her rule from the simple fact that she's a woman. And so from that standpoint, there would have been plots. There would have been plots to kill her. There would have been, ways to delegitimize her as a leader to try and foment dissent in her rule. Like she would have never lasted in that position. So whether it comes swiftly after you're coronated or just before, they would have found a way to sink it. Like she was as strong a leader as Rhaenyra is. Rhaenyra is not a bad leader. She's actually been pretty practical through most of this, and it's her pragmatism that ends up leading her to getting edged out a lot of times.
Yeah,
Like, oh, I'm
no,
not gonna do this. I'm not gonna
it's
do that.
yes,
And the sun
it's her weak. It's yeah, I get being, my father ushered in however many years of peace, and I get all that kind of stuff. But in times like that, where she's, first of all, it would have been on the minute Lucerys got killed. I mean, there is no more
right
suing for,
now.
yeah, there's no more suing for peace. I don't need to know what Allison thinks. Your son killed my son. So like you told me, an eye for an eye, life, either I have his life and the throne. Or
Hey, she did ask for that little boy's eye.
she did ask for that
She
boy's
asked
eye
for that little boy's eye. That is crazy. I forgot
and was
about
gonna
that.
cut it out herself in front of Viserys. Yeah, no, man, no. It would have been on that the minute my son was killed, my first child was killed.
Is that how they're acting with Rhaenyra? Is that how they acted with Robert? Like Cersei wasn't the only one involved in the plot to kill Robert. This is Game of Thrones, y'all. They plot against the crown. And again, this would have been the first female ruler in Westeros. You don't think there would have been a faction within her regime that sought to uproot her for the next available male heir? They would have found a bastard and legitimized him to try to contest her rule. You about to see you know what? Let me shut up.
I mean, it definitely would happen in if George ever finishes wins a winner. Let's
Like
say
y'all about to see. Y'all about to see how wacky it can get with people just claiming that they have a right to the throne in the midst of an unpopular ruler. Y'all about to see.
I actually forget that kid's name. What's the kid's name in the books that also has the claim to the throne? If George ever finishes that, and let's say Daenerys does get to Westeros, and the people are like, oh, the last Targaryen, and the other boy that's actually supposedly the other Aegon or whatever. What is his name?
Oh, you talking about the prince that was promised in the books?
In the books, yeah. They would definitely go for young Griff. Yeah, young Griff. Thank you. They would Westeros would definitely be like, oh, yeah, young Griff.
You gotta go. Yeah, you gotta go.
Regardless of Daenerys' 3 dragons. They're like, oh yeah, young Griff. Young Griff. He's got to finish that shit, man.
Look what did they do in Winterfell? What did they do in Winterfell? Jon Snow walked his happy ass back through Winterfell, and they like, Sansa, listen, I know you got back Winterfell and all that, but listen, we need Linda, honey, listen, please, we need Jon.
We just don't know this for sure, though, Kyle. We don't know that for sure. He could be a Blackfire. He might not be a Blackfire, though. There's a lot of strong evidence that points he is. There's a lot of strong evidence that points that he's not, that he really could be who he says he is. But none of us know. Only George knows. Only George knows, and he's probably taking that shit to the grave. Y'all want to yell about young Griff?
I want a castle stuff is about to get real wild for sure. You already got homeboy talking about it. I want a fucking castle and a title.
But you know what? He makes he thinks the way I think. If this shit was real, what respect do I've got a dragon.
This is also
I've got a dragon.
Stories in a tavern looking for free drinks just 5 days ago. Like,
that's cool.
You know what I mean? Like, you got high ambitions now.
That's cool. That was 5 days ago. Let me pull up on Silverwing.
He reminds me of the dude. He out there begging for cash. You give him a few dollars, or you might even give him some coins, and he smack his lips or some shit. Like, okay, then give me the shit back. Then give it back. Okay, if that's not enough for you, maybe we can find somebody else to put on the back of this goddamn dragon.
I don't even know. I don't know if it works like that, though. I think now that Silverwing is bonded, I think if you even touch Alf, that bitch might get defensive.
We'll kill that man when as soon as he get off the dragon and walk into the palace, it's over with. We'll find you.
Oh well, yeah. Well, there you go. If she's not around,
find you a new fucking rider.
If she's not around, then yeah.
Yeah, no, I don't think he'd be able to do it in his presence. That probably wouldn't go too well.
Yeah. Well. Yeah. Yeah, and they're all about to piss me off too, betraying them.
Yeah, no, I see it. I see it all over him. Because it's not about anything.
It's just about what you can give me.
Him. Yeah.
It's what you can give me. And he's been disrespectful since he's been there.
Yep.
He was disrespectful in season 2. When she was like, when they were sitting at the table and he said, he was like, a knight, she told him, she said, a knight is respectful or something in the queen's presence. He's like, I guess your best bet, make me a knight then, huh? I was like, oh yeah. Yeah, y'all got to take his head. Don't give him no goddamn dragon.
Somebody should have smacked the shit out of him right then and there.
I was like, nah.
The table.
We'll find another one. Go ahead and send him to the pits real quick.
What's your name? Ulf? You know what? Now I understand why she sent you to Vagar. She thought you was gonna get 8 first.
No.
Thought you was gonna get 8 first.
All these damn dragons gonna die. Very sad.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Very sad.
Did you just say dragons. Right?
Yeah, because
Yeah.
like I know what happens in Game of Thrones. So 100 years later, they're not going to be anymore until those three eggs pop up. So yeah, right. Like all these dragons are going to die.
All of them.
Could they have a
all
mystery
of 'em.
dragon? Like Power Rangers had the sixth Ranger every
Vagar
season. Like
not
oh,
dead. You see Vagar in like season 3 or season 4. Whenever Sir Jorah Mormont, whenever Jorah is escorting Tyrion back to Marine for him to see the Khaleesi, you see Vagar.
That's not Vagar. That's Drogon. Vagar's dead. Vagar dies in the Battle of the God's Eye. Vagar dies with Caraxes.
That wasn't Drogo though. That wasn't Drogo.
That was Drogo. There's only 3 dragons in the world when Daenerys is alive, and it's her 3. That was Drogon. Drogon had flown. Drogon was missing at that time. He wasn't even with Daenerys at that time. He had flown away.
Look like him. I gotta play that
was
back, man. Because it didn't. Drogon was deep black, like blackety black. I thought that was just like some random dragon.
That's actually true, Jay the Informant. The cannibal is still out there. I don't know if he's out there during Game of Thrones, but no, that was definitely Drogon.
You're gonna make me play
that shit. That was a Dominican dragon. I know, Black Puppy.
Yeah. Didn't Damon leave
he
the
died
egg?
A virgin. He had his hopes up for Baela.
That's a very Vaseline question to ask.
He was in love with his Baela. No, there's another dragon, during Aegon the Younger's time, but he hates dragons, so he keeps it in the pits and starves it. So, yeah, he hates dragons.
There could be more dragons because we don't know what's west of Westeros.
Could be.
Did someone send a super?
I don't think so. No, I think it was just those 3.
Yeah, we got all 3 of these, I think. That's Link. Actually, no, we had one more. We didn't read this one.
One more super chat.
Oh, from our favorite, Arthur Rose. What up, Arthur? What up, brother? You been looking at the box office lately? Do you love what you do?
What?
Arthur Rose with $2, in my opinion. George R. Martin over George Lucas. No misses.
What?
I mean, I'm not mad at you. I guess it was a more of a taste thing. Lucas probably has the bigger cultural impact, but if you're a Martin fan over Lucas, I can deal with that.
George not having misses.
What's up?
How does George R. R. Martin not have any misses?
He's saying he's picking George R. R. Martin over George Lucas because he has no misses.
I know, and I'm asking, how does he have no misses?
Oh, that's Arthur Rose, bro. You got to talk to Arthur Rose.
I'd consider The Winds of Winter Not Here a pretty big miss. I'd consider that a pretty big miss.
I think they said the distance. What was it? It was like the time in between the last book and now, the time it's taken him to write it is longer than it took him to write like the 7 books that came before it.
Yeah.
Like him writing this book has taken longer than the entire rest of the series. The entire Song of Ice and Fire.
Yeah.
It's nuts.
Yeah.
It's nuts.
Yeah, I don't think it's ever coming. So we'll never know. I guess the way Game of Thrones ended on the HBO series is that's it. If you didn't like Bran, tough shit.
You didn't like Bran, tough shit.
Because he's not giving you a book.
That's fucking crazy, bro. Bran is literally sitting the Iron Throne. Fucking Bran.
Sitting in the Iron Throne, knowing past, present, and future, knowing who the fuck is sitting the throne next.
Gross. Three-eyed
Bran's
raven.
whole story, how he just annoying. Yeah, all that shit's annoying.
You make the psychic king? Because why? He's not even a person anymore. Wasn't that the whole point? He was slowly losing his humanity.
He did lose his humanity. Shit, they kept saying Bran, like they was hugging him. We missed you. I know. I could see you.
Hey, they dragged his ass all the way to King's Landing, and he couldn't even be moved to shed a tear for her brother that he lost, the wildling woman to help him get there, Hodor. He didn't give
No.
a shit about nobody. But let's make him king because he'll be a just king.
He definitely won't be a king with any type of emotion.
Oh, man.
My lord, the townspeople are sick. I know. I saw it.
I know. The people are dying, my lord. I know. Enemies approach, my lord. I know.
I knew last week. What did you say anything, my lord?
Everything must happen as it. No, get this man out of here.
Oh shit. He'd be like, "Is this the knife you were going to use to kill me?" I'm telling you. Why is Bran king?
That wasn't
Bran
George,
needs it.
right? That wasn't
No,
George. Yeah.
that's not George. I think Bran being a cripple is still George, but Bran being king in a war or whatever he
When
is.
are you going to give this up? When are you going to give this up? It's at like 963. You still holding on to this?
It's got 30 million to go.
Come on, man. Come on. You really don't think this movie about to hit $1 billion? Still.
No, he doesn't.
Like, first of all, it's about to be July. The movie's been in the theater since April. You don't think that they're going to hang on for just a few more weeks to try to get that billion? I respect it, Arthur Rose. If I had such a strong opinion, I'd ride it into the ground too. I'd ride it till the wheels fall off. Yeah, see Pennywise, he out here dropping bars. I didn't see that. Wheel Brand's ass down the steps. Man, it's useless. Ultimate Chico. Yeah, no, I mean, I would have kept Brand around, but make him king? Oh, yeah.
Yeah, he would have been right hand to the king. Like
he could be hand to the king. Let him be hand to the king.
Yeah, he can be hand, but not king. Zero emotion, zero care.
Absolutely not.
Yeah, I don't know.
John just sitting there like, man, I got killed for this. I got killed and came back to life for this. To go live out the rest of my life as a fucking wildling.
And the thing is, even in the books, Jon Snow is just Jon Snow. You know, damn Aegon.
He's not Aegon Targaryen.
He's just Jon Snow. But he can do some, can't he, like, in the books, correct me if I'm wrong, can't he jump into his wolf?
Like warg into his wolf? I thought that was part of it, yeah.
I thought that was part of his, something he could do in the books. I don't know why they changed shit, man. You know how dope that would have been?
If he just start warging into the wolf. It wasn't like they didn't already have supernatural stuff in there, so.
Yeah. That could have helped him in the Battle of the Bastards. He warged.
If it became one of the dire wolves.
Yeah.
What up, brother Chill? Welcome back.
Hi. Sorry.
I think we're about about that.
About it.
I think so. We did Absolute, did Supergirl. It was a Spider-Man trailer. That was the only thing. Did you see the Spider-Man trailer?
Yeah, it's okay.
I thought it was pretty dope. I had a couple questions though. Did it sound like to anyone else that Jean Grey, because we're assuming that that's Jean Grey, that Jean Grey is threatening Mary Jane?
There's no Mary Jane.
Yeah, apparently this is like her teenage years. Like she's like
teenage years.
Yeah, I guess she's like a teenager.
Like when she was supposed to be at the mansion?
No mansion.
When was Jean ever a murderer though? Like when was she ever go check on your loved ones before I find them type? Where'd that come from?
Hey, she's the MCU Jean. So she's gonna, I think it's just for, obviously she's gonna, do a 360 in the movie and realize that what she's doing or whoever she's helping or working for is not right, and I need to help Peter. And I think I'm going to be a good guy
than we've ever seen for Jean Grey. Also, why is Peter immune to her powers? Why
I think it's a spider sense. I think it has to do with the spider sense.
He can sense it, but what about that makes him immune to telepathy? Why does Spider-Man need to be immune to telepathy?
It's the MCU, baby.
I don't like it. That I don't care for, but everything else looked pretty dope.
It does look really good. The Hulk stuff looks great. I have never, and every time Mark Ruffalo portrays himself as Bruce Banner, I've never liked it. I just don't think he ever brings anything as Bruce. Like that, when you see me without this, run. Rah! Like, I just think he's very just as Bruce. But seeing him as Savage Hulk, having Hulk back, that looks fantastic. Punisher stuff with Frank looks good. I'm pretty sure they're doing that whole, how they took out Toby and Andrew during the big fight at the Statue of Liberty. I think they're doing that on some of the scenes from what I've seen from some people circling. Like, oh, I think somebody's standing here, like maybe Daredevil or something like that. Shocker has been added to the villains that are going to be in the little montage. Ramrod. What else? Looks like Tombstone, from some of the toys that have leaked or gotten out, is going to have 2 gigantic ass guns. Let's see what else.
Tremel Tillman in there.
Yeah,
Tremel Tillman's in there.
The whole damage control thing, that thing might be real, where the damage control is damage control in name, but they are secretly hunting mutants, and apparently, according to rumors, have mutants. Now I don't know if it's like, A-list mutants, but have mutants in custody already.
Which is why we haven't been seeing. Well, we have seen them a couple times, but we haven't been seeing them active in the MCU. At least that provides a reason. But like, Secret Wars is coming, and who cares?
I know you're not about to sit here and tell me that damage control rounded up all the mutants of the Earth. And that's why we've never seen.
They probably got the Void or some reason why that they're able to neutralize mutants. Maybe not too many mutants are even spawned, so they only got like 34.
Just bring her over from another universe, bro. Like,
just let these incursions happen, and then
bring her
here
over.
are the mutants.
When Monica left out, she popped in. We did a little swapperoo. Don't tell me they've been out here wrangling up folks, hyper-powered human beings for years, and we just never knew. Come on, man. Don't Area 51.
Yeah, I'm actually not going into this movie for answers on the mutants. I'm just like, you guys better not ruin Jean Grey. That's all.
I don't think you need.
And I don't think they're giving answers on the mutants either.
That's dumb.
I just don't think they are.
I think if there's one thing that could damper my mood on what is already a very high mood for Spider-Man is if they punt the mutant issue. Like, okay, man, we've been here in stasis with the mutant since you bought him in like 2017, dog. Like, at this point, it's been almost 10 years. You got to have an answer in place by now.
Well, you didn't watch New Mutants?
Don't punt because it tells me you don't really have a plan. If you're still punting the issue this late in the game, you don't got a plan. This is not a plan.
Didn't you see Legion?
Legion has nothing to do with the MCU.
This is fan made, but something like this, you know, where you've got Scott and then you've got Sadie Sink here as Jean, just the DODC rather, having they got Jimmy Lawson as Storm, having files and on some of these mutants.
Who the fuck?
That was supposed to be Rogue.
Okay.
And you got supposedly Gambit, Charles Xavier, who the scoopers are saying the MCU or Marvel themselves is really looking at Patrick Wilson as Charles. Well, I guess he's one of the names to portray Charles.
Patrick Wilson? Who is Patrick Wilson?
Dude from all the Conjurings.
As Professor. They play too fucking much, bro. They play too fucking much. They play entirely too fucking much. Absolutely fucking not.
Yep, Ed Warren. Good old Ed Warren.
Jesus Christ.
Mr. Sinister gonna come up, he gonna bring out that Bible. Power of Christ
compels you.
Oh shit. And then whoever this is Magneto. Who is this? Bertie Carvel.
I love it because I never heard of this name. So yes, get this guy and he'll sign long term for very affordable.
I don't even know if he's good. Why does that matter so much to you?
Well, yeah, sure. Of course, I gotta
Can
hope
we
that
not
they're
get
quit spending these
can we
studios
not
money
get
for him.
what's his name just to do it again?
Who's that? Fassbender?
Fassbender.
But then that means you gotta go get McAvoy back too. You want McAvoy and Fassbender?
It doesn't really mean that. It's a different.
It doesn't though. He's right. It does not mean we have to get McAvoy.
So we're gonna get a brand new Professor X and bring back Fassbender and nobody else.
Well, I mean, Doctor Strange looks the same in some universes, in some universes he doesn't.
Yeah.
So this Fassbender, this Magneto just looks like that Magneto.
I'm tired of this shit. I'm tired of y'all.
Don't you remember in Deadpool Wolverine where they were going to all the Logans? Sometimes they looked like Henry Cavill and sometimes they looked like Hugh Jackman.
Yeah, unfortunately, we know the universe where Michael Fassbender's at, and that's where James McAvoy is at. But, let's convolute it even more and just say there's another Michael Fassbender universe where there's not a James McAvoy Professor X.
No, that can literally happen because the universes are infinite. You can find the one where that fits.
Right. That doesn't at all sound like convenient plot armor at all. It sounds like great storytelling that we should put forth. Absolutely.
I think aren't you the guy who wants Fassbender?
I mean, I wouldn't mind it, but weren't you the guy who wants to stick in continuity?
I fear Patrick. What's his name? Patrick Wilson's too tall to be Professor X.
Too tall, too buff, not bald enough.
Professor X is, and I know this really doesn't matter. I'm just, Professor X is 6'2". Well, maybe it works. They're both 6 foot.
I've never felt like Patrick Stewart was 6'2".
Not 6'2", not 6'2", just 6 foot.
James McAvoy is definitely not 6'2", like not even close.
6 foot also.
No. No.
Yeah, Michael, bring back Fassbender. Who's this guy? Birdie. I feel like I've seen him in something though.
Is that Tom from Succession?
Oh, Birdie is yeah.
Tom
Bring him
from
in as a
Succession.
Is he Tom from Succession? He's the king that died in the Knights of Seven Kingdoms. What's his name? It was he was heir to the throne. Damn it, which one was he?
In Night of the Seven Kingdoms.
Yeah, Knight of Seven Kingdoms.
Oh, yeah, no, that's not Tom. But yeah, I know who you're talking about. Yeah, he could play. He could do a decent Magneto.
Yeah. I could see it. I could see it.
He could do it.
Yeah, let him come in as Eric.
I will fight for Sir Duncan's side.
No, he wasn't Magor. Not
That's not
Magor.
him.
That's him. I mean, well, that's not him. He's not Magor. He was whoever the hell he was. Knights of the Seven Kingdoms. King Baelor.
Baelor. Yep.
Prince Baelor, soon to be king. Yeah. Yeah, I could see him. That'd work. That'd work. I like that they put Jamie Lawson as Storm.
Yeah.
What do you think about what's her name, Bela, saying she would like the role?
Can I Google her? Who?
Yeah, you can Google her from
The
Nice.
girl who
She's from
plays
Game of
Baela
Thrones.
in House of the Dragons. She,
Oh,
if they absolutely had to go young Storm, she would be a good option. As I see the team kind of coming into shape, I would prefer an older Storm. So I'm leaning Jamie Lawson, Kiki Lane. I guess if it means we don't have to hear Cynthia Erivo's name again, I guess Jodie Turner-Smith.
I just really, as much as I think Jodie Turner-Smith, kind of looks the part and everything like that. Obviously, I really don't think they're going with Jodie just simply because of the ages of everybody else. She would be not auntie; she'd be grandma to them. She's 50.
Grandma.
She's about to be 50, or she's about to be 40.
Jodie Turner-Smith is not 50 years old.
Not about to be 50.
I was about to say, God damn.
She's about to be 40.
Okay, well that's hot grandma. That's young hot grandma. First of all, I ain't heard nothing about no Professor X or no Magneto. I only heard about mutants. So it seems like these kids just about to be running around without no guidance for a little while, anyways.
Oh, that seems like that's definitely what they're about to do.
Storm in there, you know what I'm saying, to be a mentor.
That seems like they're definitely what they're about to do. Be running around, using their powers, fucking shit up.
Kamala Khan gonna be with him because she a mutant.
Oh boy.
Yeah, I see Professor X didn't put no blockers in Jean in this universe because she's out here just hopping from.
There ain't no blockers, B.
Is there even a Professor X in the MCU right now? I don't know. Probably not.
I've been here the entire time. Be like, son of a bitch.
Actually, with a psychic,
that's happening.
A psychic could literally make that happen. Like, we've been here the entire time. Just psychically, we don't let you know we're here.
I feel like that's going to be one of the big explanations on how they do it. Like, Charles just literally chose to.
Yeah. I mean, it's an interesting spot to start Charles Xavier out on in the MCU is mind controlling the entire planet not to know that mutants exist. That's kind of a wild place to start out on, but
it would be against his fundamental. He would be against that because he's all about the cohesion stuff. So
absolutely, he would be against that. Like that would be like a last ditch effort, like
and that wouldn't bode well when he's arguing his point for mutant coexistence. They'd be like, motherfucker, you
mind control us
for 10 years.
I knew I had another cousin somewhere around here.
The resolution is standing right in front of us. It's the incursions happen, only Battle World exists, and the heroes save the world, and we get to have a world with mutants again, like the way it's supposed to be. Maybe Kang, someone wrote it in the chat just now that Kang is the reason why mutants weren't in the MCU because he separated them. Yeah, sure.
That's
and then after
the big thing. Yeah.
I mean, it really is seamless, especially like the Secret Wars Battle World resolution is how you get T'Challa back. Also, it's actually optimistic to know you guys can reset and you can like literally have no no reason to explain it. Like, I mean, no, you don't have to dedicate time to explain why. Oh, there's another universe that we're gonna live in now. It's like ours, except it's a little bit different. Okay, boom. I'll go into every movie knowing that, and I get to continue, and we get to retain all the stuff that we saw prior. So like all 35 movies are still canon, but now in the new world we have these additions with the Fantastic Four here. It's so simple, and I'm optimistic, guys. Should I be optimistic that Marvel can fix things? They got Joe Russo and Anthony Russo doing 2 movies now. There's gonna be a third one because they're like in charge of the X Office or something like that. This is like a good time. We just have to wait a year for the movie to come out, but then it'll be a good time.
Yeah. I haven't decided if I'm going to this yet.
The re-release.
Yeah, I don't know if I want to go to it or just wait for the extra footage and post-credit scene to just come on Twitter. I've seen the movie a billion times, I feel like, so I don't feel like I need to pay to go see it.
How many times do you
That's
really
what's
think
really
you've seen
killing
it?
me is like, do I want to pay money to go see Endgame?
At least over 20 times. I feel like I've seen Endgame over 20 times. Realistically.
Okay. I think I've seen it beginning to end 10 times, beginning to end. But sometimes I would just watch that end fight scene and just like I'm glued for 45 minutes.
Yeah, that is. Sometimes I will start it at what's he doing? He's just sitting there. I'll start
Let's
it
kill
right
it
there.
properly this time.
Yeah, that's a brilliant place to start it. That entire dialogue from Thanos in that sequence is just brilliant. You could not live with your own failure.
Your failures.
So where did that bring you? So good. So good.
So good.
We talked about this. It does seem to be real. At least most of the panel thinks it's real.
Yeah, I do think it's real. That HD photo of it, I wish we could put it up. That HD photo that they made of it, yeah, that shit's real. That shit's pretty real. And it, it just lines up with the big thing that we've all known about the Sentinels and the X-Mansion and where Doom reveals who he is to them. And that was that scene. It's pretty interesting. No sound or anything, but you get the gist of what's going on. But I will tell you this, even though it was an interesting scene and all that, what a team up. What a circle up in the middle.
I wasn't trying to rain on nobody parade, but I'm like, bruh, I mean, Shang-Chi got a little Nightcrawler with the silver hair, you know what I'm saying? It's like, okay.
That's a pretty poopy team up.
They can't get around having poopy combinations, bro, because that's what we've been dealing with is poop.
Maybe that scene takes place an hour and a half into the movie. And they spend that first hour and a half making me care about these characters to where I go, oh yeah, it's him.
Impossible. But I will say though, it very may well be in the middle of the movie, maybe hidden, may go over very well. There are going to be spots in this movie where we're going to be longing to get Steve back on the screen. Right. Where we're going to be like, where's Chris at? give me Thor back. Give me some more Thor. Spider-Man, please. Spider-Man, because there are just so many characters that we don't.
We got this Red Guardian dialogue, and he's about to explain what happened in 1984.
And it's like, I don't want to hear from you, David Arbor. Where is Tom Holland?
I'll tell you what I do hate. Tom? I hate Steve in this dad outfit, this old Navy ass weekend with the weekend out in the yard outfit. Like what? I don't like it. And the Marvel Legends figures are so another reason how you know this scene is real. The Marvel Legends toys for SDCC, because Marvel Legends will have a presence at SDCC, are leaking. And it's exactly what they're all wearing in that fucking circle up. Like Steve, his figure. So I don't know anybody that would want that figure. It's literally Chris Evans in a t-shirt and pants. I don't know anybody that would want that, but that scene is definitely real. That's a very real scene.
We got one more super chat, y'all.
Only cause I pay her. Roxanne. All she wanna do is party all night.
Roxanne. All she wanna do is party all night. He's Protocol. Thoughts on the new Nightfall trailer? We talked about that earlier. The Batman movie. It's coming out. It looks pretty good. DC has always been on top of Marvel in terms of animated movies, so no surprise there at all. But it looked pretty solid. It's pretty solid. Something I want to see.
Did you see it?
Oh yes, I did. It looked great.
Well, great. I am the oddball. I did not see this Nightfall trailer. I didn't even know what you were talking about. But cool, good. DC with the win. What animated universe is DC? Is it going to be part of?
I don't know if it's even a part of the DCU. I think it's just an Elseworld thing.
Yeah. Which is what most of their animated movies end up being, which is fine with me. Telling isolated stories.
The only animated thing so far that seems to be connected is Creature Commandos, Mr. Miracle. Because Mr. Miracle, I assume where they're announcing, from what they've said, I think they're announcing who's going to be playing Darkseid in the DCU.
Yeah. Whoa, really?
He's going to be speaking. Yeah. He's the same person that's voicing him is going to be playing him in the DCU. I've seen that.
Yes. And I think that his appearance is in the Mr. Miracle show.
That makes me want to watch the Mr. Miracle show.
But their animated slate that they laid out today seemed very kiddie. Outside of Absolute Batman
and Nightfall, the other stuff was
in that Joker one. Yeah, I think that Joker one's rated R as well. But those other, like Starfire, is very kiddie. The crypto shit, didn't even check for it. Super whatever of them in the 80s, where Superman and them are like teachers to Hal Jordan and them, like at a superhero school. Did you read the description on that? I said, what is this?
They did Streamer University.
You said it's superhero streamer you. No, I did not see that one.
Yeah, so all of these seem to be very kiddie for the kids.
What Comic-Con is next month. He couldn't have waited to release this information. Like, why would you? Where did he drop all this information?
I'm actually, the Hollywood Reporter was reporting on the Joker's laugh riot. Nexus Point News said that I think this was announced at the ANSI Animation Festival.
Oh, the ANSI Animation Festival. Yeah, they have that every year at ANSIville.
I was like, what? You could know something I don't?
Yeah, the teachers are going to be Superman, Wonder Woman, Batman, Black Canary, Mr. Terrific, and many others will appear as adults who likely teach at the academy. Black Lightning, The Flash, Plastic Man, Terra, Aquagirl, Green Lantern, Guy Gardner's specifically, will all appear as students.
Oh my God, wait, Black Lightning is a student?
He's a student.
He's literally a teacher.
So that means it's got to be
but
a Black
Flash is a student
kind of thing.
Yeah, they got the Flash a student. They made
got fucking Guy Gardner as a student.
Yikes.
Oh, this Flash is not Barry. This is Jesse
Wally?
Chambers. Nope.
Oh.
Jesse Chambers. It's a different Flash. Yeah, so that's a very kiddie show, but it might not be. I really don't know. It seems like it's gonna be kiddie though. Because I mean, they go on. They go on to say like Guy Gardner, Guy Gardner's hairstyle changed to a bowl cut after the creative team saw James Gunn embracing the ugly look in Superman. Guy Gardner says bowl cut instead of cheese when taking pictures with fans.
Hold on a second. The creative team saw Superman and then they're like, okay, let's change our idea. So does that mean this thing was already in the works?
Yep, I guess so. I guess maybe everything is not as cohesive as James likes to claim.
No. But
Yeah.
guys, we always have a finished script before we bring things into production. Like
Yeah,
always.
actually, you're right. Yeah, that was that. Yeah.
That's the problem with superhero films these days.
Well, that sounds terrible. The production team saw another project from the same studio and said, "Hey, we didn't know they were doing his hair like that. Let's change it."
Like, why didn't we already know? Why didn't we? Y'all didn't see the movie? Y'all didn't go watch it?
Yeah, he actually spoke against that in chapter Gods and Monsters. He was talking about how things need to be connected and there needs to be one vision and this and that. Doesn't sound like it.
Doesn't even seem like the core. Doesn't even seem like the coworkers within your studio watch each other's content.
Damn, James Gunn. Like literally a liar. Like pants on fire liar.
Oh, James. Yeah, and then like I said, the Sapphire one is also very kiddie. I mean, I guess if you like My Adventures with Superman, you'll probably like My Adventures with Green Lantern. It's the same thing, same animation, same.
Who's the lead character of My Adventures with Green Lantern?
It is Hal.
Oh,
it's not John.
Ain't nobody watching that shit anyway. Don't nobody worried about it.
Well, he'll be training Jessica Cruz in this. John's not even in this. Other Lanterns are in this, unless they're just keeping his name out for like, hey, surprise, John's here. But they're naming other Lanterns, but John's not in it.
Chillmonger was right. Part 13.
It's animated television for children versus an HBO ongoing series. Now, which one?
Okay, that's why I'm wrong. All right, sorry.
Which one's bigger? Which one would you rather have?
Yeah, one's bigger.
Now you're going to try to convince me that the animated show for children is more important than the show that's going on HBO for 8 episodes.
Yeah, Chillmonger's wrong. It's the Green Lantern.
Yeah. No. Stick in your lane. So next time that we want to see somebody go up, make sure you want that character to be in a children's television show and not in a major motion picture or an adult series on a major.
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, sure.
Yeah, it makes total sense. Yep. So instead of a live action static or static movie, we should just rehash the television show. We should just get the television show back on Cartoon Network, and that'll be a success, right? That's what we want.
No, that wouldn't be the success.
No. What's up, bro? With the children's television show?
Yeah, it's all about Jon Stewart. Johnny Stew.
Oh man, that's funny. No John. No Johnny Stew.
Johnny Stew.
Hey, listen, man, you can lead a man to water, but you can't make him drink. And you sure as hell can't make him tell the truth.
Oh, Granny Goodness is in this also.
I'd like to see her
in Mr. Miracle. Mr. Miracle show. Concept art was shown for Mr. Miracle, Orion, High Father, Granny Goodness, and Darkseid. Nice. Now, I just hope the animation style isn't what they've been showing for the poster for Mr. Miracle. That doesn't look good. I would prefer the animation style be like Nightfall, but I know that that's not happening. But I would love that animation style. I don't know why they just don't do that. Is that animation style too expensive or something? They've just really strayed away from that.
I think it's just they have independent visions.
Well, they shouldn't.
Maybe. I mean, because you saw that even when the DC animated stuff was in its heyday, it wasn't like a consistent animation style. Kind of varied.
Are we talking about under Duffy?
No. The movies. So like under
movie.
Like Walter Hamada days. So
Duffy stuff is pretty consistent.
Injustice and Flashpoint and all those other things. They kind of vary a little bit.
Yeah.
Is that it?
I think so.
Let's go to
It's
bed.
been real, folks. It's another Thursday in the books. Talked a little Batman, a little Supergirl, Spider-Man, a little Ryan
Yes.
Coombs.
They did.
Way
they
too little
talked about it
Supergirl.
earlier. They talked about it
Considering the
earlier.
movie came out this weekend, way too little Supergirl. Like this is supposed to be Supergirl, Supergirl, Supergirl. You think when Doomsday comes out, we're gonna be that little about about Doomsday?
No.
We'll give and we'll talk
Talk
about Dune too. Yeah,
We'll talk about Dune too.
December 18th.
Just to add really quick to the X-Men conversation that you guys had earlier, I do think that it's a problem. Although I say what I say about Bo, I always say the brother can write his ass off when it comes to these X-Men. I think it's going to be a problem that he's not on it. And the reason I think it's a problem, because if you go look at the reviews and people that were ranting and raving about the first few episodes they got to see, Bo, the writing that they for sure kept on the episodes for Bo were 3 and 4. Those two are the episodes that everyone ranted and raved about. They said episodes 3 and 4 are fantastic. They weren't ranting and raving about 1 and 2. So that makes me wonder, after 3 and 4, what's 5 and 6 going to be like? What's the episodes that you stripped it down to the bare bones on his writing? What is it going to be like? Which is, you shouldn't have done that. You shouldn't have done it.
I had the same questions, because now you're really what it boils down to is, are we better served under the direction of Bo DeMaio in some of these instances, or are we better served by having Winterbaum and company strip it down and give their version of it? I think if that were true, we probably wouldn't have even gotten season 1 of Bo DeMaio's vision, because it would have been stomped out in the infancy. It would have been stomped out in development. Like, if there was someone else that could have helmed that project at that point in time, probably would have gone ahead and did it. Probably would have gone on ahead and did it with the, the controversies that he was having at that time. So I'm pretty sure he'll be I'm pretty sure his absence will be felt.
Well, if his absence is felt, it'll be because they're not adapting a comic book, which is kind of what he was doing. He was like just putting it in animation. And for them to do their original writing with their fresh ideas, who knows what they do?
Yeah.
It's so dead to me already, just because I know that they changed the writers and they're gonna deliberately try to change it to be different. And what does that mean? It just means they're gonna do their own thing. And I like what happened in the comic books. I would be so rewarded if some of those comics I read from 2009 get used, but that's not gonna happen.
Yep. Well, we'll find out on the 1st. That's Wednesday. On Wednesday, we'll find out. But like I said, everybody, the people that have seen it so far, said that episodes 3 and 4, which are the ones that they kept the most of his writing in, were the best ones that they saw. So,
how do you know it's the ones with the most of his writing?
I looked it up and found an article that was talking about, how they were talking about stripping his they talked about stripping his writing down to the bare bones or whatever, and then they rewrote a lot of stuff, but they kept, I guess those episodes were the episodes that they liked of his, or wherever they still changed some of his things, but I guess that's where the bulk of most of his ideas from the season episodes that they kept are in those episodes.
That's so weird. And who's speaking out? You better get fired. We're a team here at Marvel. We're a well-oiled machine. You can't be over here telling us what the Bo DeMaio episodes still are. That's wrong. Fire that.
Yeah. Man. Yeah, that's what's going on with that. So we'll see. Like I said, it comes out Wednesday.
Nate Moore, if you're watching, we want to see what you got coming. Ryan Coogler, congratulations on the Netflix deal.
Facts.
Take care of those thumbnails, please. What?
I said facts.
Facts on facts. Thanks for the super chats on chats, everybody. And that's Pantheon. Away I go, you guys.
I will see you guys on Sunday live at 4:30. Darius, when we're gonna see you next?
Probably tomorrow. If not tomorrow, chat And I'll be there Monday.
It's been real, folks. Love you all.
They're dropping 3 episodes on the first
Of X-Men 97?
I guess so.
That's dope.
They got a chart.
That's dope.
Guess
Cue
so.
to Josh.
Hey, I've been watching y'all every single time on Thursday and Friday because I swear to God, y'all switch up every now and then. But rock out. I'm fucking with it. I'm out.
Thank you, Josh.
Appreciate it.